Greetings, family. This is Bomani Tamba and family. We are live on Revolutionary Cam, and this is another live presentation as we begin to this on our journey to continue what we've been talking about for the last 18 years, our reconnection on the African continent. And I'm here with my good brother Kwesi Boyd, titled Mass Kwesi, and this is our topic tonight. Real Pan-Africanism with Kwesi Board and Bomani on building a dynasty in Black Africa for our children.
Wow.
Yes, it's my brother, greetings and good day. How are you?
Man, I'm wonderful, man. It's always a pleasure to be in your presence.
Well, appreciate you, man. I'm here in Georgia, USA, southeast. Yeah. And where are you located in the physical world?
Who, me?
Yes.
I'm in Africa somewhere.
Yeah, people
I'm in Africa. But primarily, the Gambia, however, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Kenya.
At the present moment, we're just giving our physical locations at the present moment. Since we are live.
Listen, I am in West Africa, okay? So, like I said, primarily Gambia and Senegal.
Perfect.
Listen, brother, this is entitled Real Pan-Africanist. And if you're a real Pan-Africanist, expect, you just can't have all your business out there because you're doing the real work. I mean, even so much to a point where you got this energy that's around, that hangs around just to be a leech, just to, try to ride your coattail and ride the real Pan-Africanist movement, the coattail of that. So, in any case, it's a beautiful thing being here in West Africa. I started in the Gambia, and like I said, I wouldn't change it for the world. Anybody that's out there listening, we are seeing a change in the system. Queen Elizabeth just died. All right. So that represents a whole change in the whole system that we used to know. But what we do know for sure is that the Western world has not produced security for us and has in fact produced the opposite, which is, pain and suffering and hard times. Hunger and nakedness, so yes, brother. I'm changing the name to Go Hard Africa because as I shared, we definitely are tying in to some different markets to be available for people that really want to come over and make it happen.
Perfect,
you get me, brother?
So perfect, Kwesi. Well, we can get right into it. So let me just reintroduce you to people out there that may not necessarily know you and things like that. And people who may not have seen you and I many videos when you was here in Atlanta last time. We did a ridiculous amount of videos from series and everything. I still got them on a playlist, because I believe, when we have these conversations, we should just share and document them because that is a part of our growth. Sometimes I look back at my old footage back in 2004 and the things that we talked about back in the early 2000s, and you're trying to leverage to see if you're growing and everything. So that was phenomenal, brother. You spilled a lot of beans, you shared a lot of information. You gave a great exclusive. So now what we're looking to do and what I'm trying to find out from you, brother, is what is Brother Kwesi Boyd up to nowadays as far as the things that we're looking to connect with in the Gambia as far as this, doing business in the Gambia, traveling and things like that. Because I'm looking to get to the Gambia. As a matter of fact, let me just prop up our website. I'm looking to bring our next group to Gambia, Senegal and Gambia. That's April 30th to April 10th. So I'll be able to have more than enough time to connect with you and take our group around and everything. And look into this start an energy now by communicating with you. Just trying to ask you some basic questions and seeing if, is the Gambia safe? Are we able to come there and enjoy tourism? Is the country on the move? Is things progressing?
Yes. Everything here, man, as I shared, is full of opportunity. You know, I only can speak from experience, and as I tell everybody, I live 7 minutes away from the beach. Okay, so in terms of retirement, you know how we always, South Florida, Orlando and Miami, those are that's retirement, right? Retirement area, but we can't afford it. Hold on a second, brother.
Yeah, gotcha.
Come in.
Right, so
Come
family,
in.
that is the journey
Bomani,
right
hold
there.
on one second.
No problem, brother. You can miss mute you. So once our brother come back in with us, connect back in. But family, this is our website, africafortheafricans.org. And this is where our Senegal and the Gambia tour information is. And we're set to have an incredible time, 4 days in Senegal and 5 days in the Gambia. And this is an incredible roots and culture journey. And part of this journey is more than just doing roots and culture. Most of the people that's come with us
Brother.
are Black folks in America. Black folks in America. Let me finish up real quick. And
Okay, go
they're
ahead.
looking to connect with Black people in the Gambia and also Black people who have repatriated to the Gambia. So it's a whole lot of networking and social connection. And these journeys, whether even if you're not on the journey, and then we're there in the country, we're just looking to connect with you and things like that. So we just have a strong outreach. I've been doing these journeys in many different countries, and it has expanded to where we've been able to help people live, do business, and create this incredible bridge. So yes, my brother Kwesi, you're back live and direct. Just trying to get some updates from you because we're excited about coming to the Gambia, and you've been
Uh-huh.
like, you've been like, you've been the African News Gambia, just always giving updates, man. So appreciate you, brother.
Uh-huh. Coming here to Africa is an opportunity for us to escape Western society and Western demand. And if you coming over and you're working within a community structure, you already have half of the battle won. So as I mentioned in the past, I've seen you even before I came. I'm talking about 2014. I came over first time in 2015. So 2014, 2013, I was watching you from Atlanta, and I came over. And since it's been a phenomenal, undescribable experience. It's really an experience when you're doing the right thing that breeds a lot of envy. It breeds a lot of envy, especially from those coming from from our own people, and that's However, the pros are greater than the cons. You there, brother?
Yes, brother. Let's talk about the topic tonight: real Pan-Africanism with Kwesi Boyd and Bomani on building a dynasty in Black Africa for our children. Now we started doing incredible tours, and people like yourself are there in the country, and you're a great advocate for our people looking to repatriate. I've talked to you over a period of time, and you always tell me how you connected many people, and that's the foundation of literally this, a visionary and an innovator. You go there, you lay the foundation, and you connect the rest of your people. So that's what you and I both have in common. That's the work I do in Ghana, with the exception, I'm not there all the time. I have a crew there. We have our office there that represent our Black Star Pan African community, and we have people there that helps people with different things as far as logistics, operation, as far as just getting things done, especially if they're there and we're not there with a group. So I'm always connecting with you, and then as we're getting ready for, as on our flyer, this incredible Senegal and Gambia roots and culture journey, looking to this get back to the Gambia and then just checking things out and the building the energy to grow. Last time, we had a few people that wanted to do a few things in the Gambia, and as time go along, we usually have a few more people. So the goal is always to connect them to the energy. So I'll just look forward to meeting you and many other people from the African diaspora, and hopefully, we can have a strong union as far as a strong union of us that we're gonna just look out for our folks in the African diaspora to where we can just be successful in countries like the Gambia and everywhere else. That's the energy I'm really pushing for us on the Africa side, and from us on the American side, it's kind of like back to the drawing board, cooperative economics, 21st century. Now, our brother just chimed out, so I'm gonna wait till you get back, and then we're gonna get more into what's going on in the Gambia with Kwesi Boyd, and what information he has to share with us. But for now, we're looking to enjoy this incredible journey, and I'm going to show you more of the journey information. But right now, this is the tour overview page. All right, brother, you're back in.
Could you hear me, brother?
I can hear you loud and clear. You're back in. You're back in, and I'm showing.
Okay, yeah, the internet. You know how the internet is here. I was listening to you, as you spoke, but it was going in and out. In any case, anyone that's coming over, real Pan-Africanism is coming over and actually, and doing the work, because you don't actually have to you don't actually have to be here like you have demonstrated. You have been present here like as if someone was living here. And I think and I know for a fact, contributing more than people who are here on the ground. A lot of people are coming as tourists, and 80% of the market is going to be that. But in terms of waking those up, that's when you are on the front line of this movement. Are you getting me clear? Yeah, Bomani?
Yes, brother, I'm getting you clear, and let me know that no, I can hear you clear. And
Okay.
just want you to continue this take your time to explain as much as possible. But as I was mentioning to people that literally family, and the goal and the foundation is the work of what we're building. I myself, I'm here, raising my young boy, and also just having an office that represents a whole lot of business that we do. Like I have business in Tanzania, South Africa, and different countries, outside of this Ghana and just outside of here. So you can't be in all these places at one time. So I just run operations here throughout the day, and then now just looking to talk with more people, just build a stronger network of business, and then also just let people know that we're out here strong and we're building strong, because there's a lot of people out there making stories and running their mouth. And I always tell people, if you want to hear what I'm doing and what we're about, you can tune into what I'm doing. Other than that, people snip, clip, come up with different stories and create stuff. And it's funny sometimes. It's a laugh because it's like, damn, you go all that way out to this. Instead of going to build something for yourself, you're just watching people. Like I understand, like it's fascinating because you're in this country, then that country, then another country, and people who have never left their never left their mama.
It's like, listen, imagine, it's like these people that's sitting by watching the movement, but they're not doing anything, right? You have people all out there all the time trying to get the attention of influencers and celebrities and things like that, and they go to all of these extremes. But the celebrity out there, they're doing the work that get them noticed. You understand what I'm saying? They're doing the work that is attracting the celebrity and the wealth and the esteem that come with that. But the other person, they're living vicariously through that, and and it breeds a lot of tag-alongs, a lot of spirit busters, a lot of haters and things like that. But that's just going to be a part of the movement. But we have to. We don't have a choice in this. Okay, we are built for dynasty building, as you shared. I've had an opportunity to come to Atlanta and stay with you, brother. Thanks for hosting me, man. I had a super great time.
Yes.
And I must commend you on being a father. Okay, being a Black father is almost as rare as a unicorn in America. Okay, so I seen you do that, and we have to get to a point where we can have our families. And when you come over to Africa, you see that the family structure is still in place. Okay. And then you realize that if you open your eyes, I mean, those who are coming over as tourists, they'll never even see anything outside of their own, self glorification, or, people come over and they treat even the people in the community like they're on safari. Oh, look at these African people, right? But in any case, to be able to come over and integrate the right way, we definitely have to, move in a way where, we're doing business like yourself. You're going throughout, different countries and, establishing and building economic relationships in which others can come, and the blueprint is already created for you. You don't have to create it. You're if the most detailed person that I've seen based on your background, and I noticed this years ago, how the website was. I was like, this is very detailed. It leaves no questions. You don't have to ask any questions. And somebody that's doing that on the front end, the back end have to be, in place, equally or even greater than what you put on paper and what you present to the public. So and that's one of the things with me too. I'm going to put my bio link in this thread. You have to know who you're dealing with. A person just can't jump up and say, hey, I'm a general, and they haven't never even seen a battle or a war, or they don't even understand the art of war. They never read that. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a war. And you have are you there, brother? I just want to make sure I'm not talking to myself.
No, you're not talking to yourself. You're talking to us live, and I hear you loud and clear. You're being recorded, and listening. And I got our website up to answer this person's question while you're talking with the email address.
This is one thing I noticed about the trials that we have here. We're not gonna, brother. The majority of us, like I said, won't stay here long. They'll stay here a year or two because they're not prepared. We have to work together just like, as a community. So someone like yourself who already laid the foundation, I look forward to coming over on the trip. And I don't know what the date is, but could you share that with me?
I'm popping
for
it
Ghana. It's January.
As far as Ghana.
Ghana, yep. Hold on a second.
Yes,
I started looking.
Put it up right here on the screen.
Okay, I can't see the screen. Hold on, I'm having some difficulties, but I will be there.
And then I'll read it off.
In terms of real Pan-Africanism, right? Brother said it best a few years ago here in the Gambia at a press conference. A Jamaican brother, he said the real Pan-Africanists are the descendants of the ones that's coming over, because we have to reestablish ourselves culturally. Are you listening to me there?
Oh, absolutely.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Hear you loud and clear.
All right, cool. We have to establish ourselves culturally, and that means marrying into the culture. And if you already have a family, right, and you're coming with your husband and you have a wife dynamic like that, you can adopt a family as well. You can adopt a family. And, as a share, we really want to be able to get back to the family values. For instance, if you get married here, you have to go to, the family. It's a process. You have to have a couple people represent you to the father, of the bride, right? Then, you bring cola nuts, but that's something that we lost now. It's like at an early age, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 years old, we're already out engaging in relationships with no representation. You know, so it is definitely you know, it's such an amazing time. Really, it's an amazing time.
All right, Kwesi chipped out. Internet in the Gambia may not be consistent now. So family, my brothers asked me our next journey. This is our next journey. Tanzania, November 17th to the 28th, 2022. And then Ghana, December 24th, 2022 to January 2023. Yes, my brother, you're back live.
Could you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you direct, and I got those dates up for you of Ghana, December 24th to January 5th.
Okay, yes, sir. Could you hear me?
Yes, brother, continue. Can you hear you loud and clear?
Okay, I was speaking before, but apparently I went out at some point.
Yes, and I just continue on to something else, and then now you're back
Mm-hmm.
in. Continue. You left off.
Okay. Yeah, in terms of the time that we're living in, we have an opportunity to actually have ownership, to own land, to do real estate, to actually buy large pieces of land and build communities around our value system, and it's just amazing. Just imagine being able to go out and you have other brothers and sisters here that remember how it used to be back in the days in our community where we operated as one family, as Black Americans, and so much more could be done. I mean, when I was in Ghana and I was driving up to the Wee Falls, and I was going up the mountain, and I was just seeing all of the beautiful Black brothers and sisters there, and the community was just immaculate. It was so clean, and it was so beautiful, and it's just so much potential for us to come with all the knowledge and all the information that we have to build something that's greater than the world that we know. I mean, we go about every day striving for things in places in this world, to travel to these European countries and things like that, and to travel out through the states and things in different areas, and however, New York City and these big metropolises, cities are being built.
Yeah, look at you still there, brother? Yes, so not sure what happened with our good brother. So I'm gonna continue on and I'll navigate to our website.
Hey, brother, you hear me?
Yes, you're back. Here, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna go in and out. It's African culture.
Unfortunately, it's not like that in every country, but it seems to be that way in Gambia and some other countries.
Yeah,
Let's work with what we have for today. And
yeah.
let's try
Usually
and get,
after it rains here, it's a little bit more difficult.
it's a perfect continue as get some nice updates from you.
Hmm. Yes, so it's plenty of opportunity for those who are trying to just create a legacy. You spoke of creating a dynasty, and I speak all the time how the world as we know it, it's a corporate world. It's a world that's run by the corporate elite. But prior to that, it was there was dynasties, and with the focus point on family. You know what I mean? So we lost that. So now we have to turn back to the idea, the ideas that are foundational to the family life. You there, brother?
Yes.
Somebody give me some talk. Yeah,
Yes.
so I look forward to, yeah, some talk.
Yes, I'm with you. So perfect. So that is the subject. So the main thing I'm trying to communicate and connect with is about that dynasty that we're building, and putting things in place to actually build something to where it's going to stand the test of time. So I wanted to get into the kind of business and things that you're involved with, or maybe some of the other people from the African diaspora that's involved with, that you see is making an impact in the Gambia and changing the dynamics of the Gambia, because I've been in the Gambia. I started traveling there since 2006. It was a different world then, and it's still a different world now. But just trying to show the impact of the Africans in the diaspora, or African diasporas moving to the African continent and showing their impact, letting people know that we're not just coming just to offer nothing and do nothing. We're coming to build and have an impact. Like I get tired of showing people the things that we're doing, which is people may say, oh, it's just tours and they have some land. That's okay. No, land, number one, land is the base of independence. Land is is that foundation that you set to where you can build upon, and you can just increase in value, and you can also make it to where you have the foundations of everything that you need, which is this, your home, you have your farming, you have your business operation, you have your people you can get things done with, and then you have an energy of just a young generation of people that you're connecting with, as far as just sharing what you're growing and building. Like in a business enterprise, if you're doing technical or business enterprising, then you have young generation of people learning all the fine talents and skills that goes with being a business administrator or technical administrator, or just any relative talent or skills in those areas that are more futuristic now than anything else, because that's what we live in. We live in an advanced technical business age, and then some of our people just can't compete because they just you lack the training and the education in those areas to compete, and then some of us lack the will and the energy. So we've had generations of our people in the last 1-2 generations, this generation more so effectively, people like yourself and other people making a move, leaving America, the African diaspora in general, and making your move in countries like the Gambia, and you're making your impact. So trying to get you to share more of those progress and success and things like that. All right. So unfortunately, our brother chimed out. So we're gonna continue, family, and what I got for you is our website, africafortheafricans.org. So that's where everything is organized and located, as far as anything to do with our tours, our business, land investment, just our background, what we're about. And it's some nice music. Right now, I got the music unmuted, and it's showing a general slideshow. These are just many different pictures, just represent from anywhere from 2004 all the way to 2022. And what I'm going to do is just scroll down from the website and show a history of just our last few connections. All right, brother, welcome back.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I heard. I was listening to everything before when we went out.
All good. Yeah. I have the website on screen sharing. So while we're talking, if you go out just sharing in and out information on just the website, and it represent our connection, it represent the things that we do, and it gives you details and clarity of this, what you're purchasing and what you're investing in, and you get access to this, communicate with someone like myself that get you prepared to visa process, to getting ready in all aspect of this, getting on the continent, and introducing yourself, and then opening your minds, and from there you can be like some of the people living and doing business. So, but back to what we're talking about, business, brother, as far as this our future progression, and as far as this energy right now that's from the African diaspora that's in the Gambia, and about the positive things and the progression of certain things going on. We had to keep it positive tonight.
Okay. Oh yeah, definitely. But I mean, in terms of business, you know, you have to have a business mind or be working with, you know, the right type of people, because, you know, people are coming and opening businesses, but then, you know, like in the US, like brother was saying, if you didn't have a business in the US, when you come over here, you know, you know, with $5,000, you know, that's going to be a hard challenge, you know. But if you know how to, you know, if you have income, you definitely have to have some income when you're coming over, you know, if you're not working together in a collective. You know, if you're working in a collective, it makes things more affordable and things. You know, one of the things that we did is we did vacation properties. We still have some now, and you know, we allow people to come over very affordably. You understand what I'm saying? And so those are the type of things. If you get
All right. Unfortunately, our brother shipped out, so I'm gonna just keep scrolling down from our website, and these are our tour dates, links, and information. This is from our.
could you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Go ahead and
Okay.
continue.
You know, so you know, we talked about businesses and which ones I've done here, and I've seen that's successful. You know, definitely vacation property. You know, B&B, that's highly successful. You know, anything with agriculture in terms of machinery, if you can, you know, those type of businesses, it's a lot of businesses there here, man. You have a lot of people that need services, products and services, you know. And the real estate, of course, real estate is, we're actually working on a project in you know, a very large project that's going to be in a few countries. But I'm not, you know, I don't have to you know, it's not going to be publicized. I don't even have to ever be on YouTube, and it's going to it's going to happen and be larger than life. You understand what I'm saying? But you know, we were able to get to this point, you know, through trial and error and things like that. You know, however, you know, it was an accumulation of information and dedicated and committed, you know, minds towards, you know, building a community model and allowing our money to work for us, because that's what it's about. We spending money all day in the US, and that money's not working for us. And then investing over here in land and community, where we're investing in each other in a way where, you know, we can provide security, you know, for us in our dynasty.
Absolutely, brother. It's about legacy, and the
Yeah.
legacy that we build now is determines how the future goes. So I'm always telling people this,
Hmm.
instead of hating and running them out, get on in the game. And as people are here talking about business,
Uh-huh.
yeah, like like Patricia posted, the continent will be the biggest tourist industry in the world. And you know, and I've seen this, you know, and I've envisioned this. So, so when people ask me, "Why would you get into this business?" I was like, "You have no idea." Sometimes you just got to play the long game and put your time and
Hmm.
your work into it. But but unfortunately, you have people who just literally they just want things right away, and it's got to happen now, and it has to be today, and so on. And it don't work like that. Anything that you're looking to sustain, you know, you'd have to put work into it. And anything that you just feel like you're just gonna get real quick, you hear it all the time. It's nothing new. So let me not get into that. But family, what we're gonna get into is we're just gonna keep on expanding operations. So example is the community that we're building. It's more than just our community, it's our business enterprise. That's where we can house our business center, which will run all of our business from Africa for Africans Tourism Investment, Bomani Technology, and then you already have Black Star Pan African Community there that you was asking me about, where we just have land that anyone can just connect with us on, and they can be a part of the community. And the land is reasonable; it's under 5,000 with all your legal paperwork. And you have a less than, you have about a quarter of an acre to build what you want to build, and trying to get us more to invest in the future, to where you're not just blowing your money, or you're not just giving everything back to the system. And a lot of times, we ask ourselves, or we question ourselves, why are these things going on? Is everybody against us? But a lot of times, we have self-inflicted wounds based on making bad decisions, and not tactically, or or yes, tactically trying to figure things out, or trying to lay down a framework of the future. And because it's like things are what it is now, but but just like there's countries that exist now but that didn't exist before, and countries that existed in the past that don't exist anymore. And as that evolution takes place, we just gotta lay a foundation and say, this is what we're going to do. So you're in the Gambia, you're building a foundation, you see what they're doing in Ghana. And then I'm trying to just get more of our people in America to say, especially the haters, instead of watching Kwesi and myself, why don't you build some Black institutions and some Black foundation in America? Because there's a group, called SBA, and it's just like a popular energy. We were pushing Pan-Africanism for a long time, and people seem to gotten corrupted and just have gotten misled, and understand that the Pan-African world that we're building, you're responsible for doing the work and putting things in place. It's not it goes beyond just theory and science and running your mouth and talking about what you're gonna do and things like that, and things and so on. So as we begin to just build that clarity of realness, I want you to give some recommendations to our brothers and sisters in America who may not want to necessarily go to Africa to do anything, but they're Black just like you and I, but they need to do something, because you can't just criticize Bomani and Kwesi and you're just living comfortably in America. It's like, what are you going to do to uplift your people there? Talk to me, brother.
Oh, like, I don't even know how to address people that's not actually doing the work here, and it's just like I said, I don't even know how to formulate words, because I'm so busy thinking about and dealing with in my network right now. We have about 20 people, all right, and like yesterday we did a photo shoot. I'm writing proposals every day. We were out looking at land. We're moving around. We're going to see lawyers and things like that. For all types, for immigration, for for civil suits. You know what I mean? For real estate. So I'm so busy over here with things happening and things going on. Someone sitting in the U.S., I'm not even thinking about them, or anywhere in the world, particularly. And the only time that people were able to turn my head away from my computer is when they were messing with people that came through me, and we were doing our thing. So that's why I'm not even showing my face up here, because the people out there that's trying to take advantage of the market, they thrive on making videos and trying to respond or talk about what you're doing, and they're doing nothing. So for the most part, I just cut all of that stuff off, man. And I do have people coming through, that I know a lot of people. I talked to over 1,000 people here between the two people that I worked here. Of course, I was a business developer and things like that for two prominent people here on YouTube. And I spoke to many people. In any case, the ones that are, every individual, if you're even if you're here for a year, 2 or 3 years, and it's not for you, you understand, you still make an impact when you come here, as long as you're doing something positive, but America, the legs, man, just everything that's going on with the monetary system and the economy, and just I mean, we've never, as a community, outside of the 60s and the 50s, when we had black towns, and before they integration, everything after that is just been a slow disintegration or annihilation, and a slow genocide. And it's not even slow nowadays, because they got the fentanyl that's killing people the same night. I was speaking with someone, and I was saying, how back in the 80s they had crack cocaine, and people were they were the walking dead, the living dead. They looked like they was dead, but a lot of people came back from the crack epidemic, and but now it's like people are doing these drugs and they're dropping dead, whether it's pill, whether it's the cocaine, it's just crazy. But what we know for sure is, from where we were 30 years ago, and Atlanta 30 years ago was alive. Atlanta live. It was a lot of clubs and things there, like Ashby Street over there by the West End, the AU Center. You would be stuck in the traffic for like 2 hours sitting there, and it's just a big festive party. My hometown, 30 years ago, we had a strip called Welly Avenue, and it will be on Saturday and Sunday. Every Saturday and Sunday, it will be thousands of people out there. People on their motorcycles, people in their cars. That's been dead for like the past 30 years. It's been dead. And anytime we get together as a crowd, somebody's getting killed. Our every parade, every and that's just But like I said, it's been going on for 3 decades now. And there's never been an outcry to it. Is this expected for us to die? You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I said I don't I left that conversation, and I'm focused over here, and it's a better lifeline. It's a better opportunity for hope for the future.
Yes, it is, brother. And the reason why it's a better hope for the future, not just because we have land, because we have a continent of our own people that have to figure things out. Different cultures, different people, different background, different many things. So it's not just telling our folks in Africa. It's not just the diaspora that's different. The continent, your neighbors. In some countries, dominated by French-speaking people. Then in other countries, English. Then another country, it's Arabic or something else. So there's work to be done, brother, and we're gonna keep the energy rolling and going, and we're gonna keep it moving and keeping it strong. And that's why I'm telling people that if they're interested in making a global impact, join with us in Africa. If you have the strength and energy, if not, stay here in America and do some work, because right now we need some additional energy in Africa as far as African diaspora to make a stronger impact. You see it, brother.
Yes.
And I don't see any country where we just we're organized and we're mobilizing. Usually, we're unorganized and we're not mobilizing. So how do we change those things?
It's like the vast majority of us, we're individuals. It's not like we have an association here and we have districts. I spoke to a very brilliant young lady. Her name is Kim Poole. She traveled all over, and she used art and entertainment as a way to, give back to Africa. And she has a place, or she has a program that she started called She Rolls. And actually, one of the girls that have been with me for about 4 or 5 years actually started out with her. But in any case, she told about how we have to have districts. Okay, we have to have communities, because people are coming randomly, and they're feeling the bite of unregulated societies. That's to say the least. Okay. You know, when you're going to rent an apartment or something like that, you have an agent middleman that tacked on 25, 30, 40%, 50%, you know, and then there's no communication with one of the things that happened to me when we were getting real estate is that we went through an agent, and the owner vouched for the agent. The agent took a deposit and charged a certain amount. And then, you know, the owner came a few weeks later and said, "Hey, okay, you know, how much was the deposit?" And he was like, "Oh no, you shouldn't have charged him that much. You know, he shouldn't have charged you that much." But in any case, if you have someone that already went through that headache, then not only that headache, but a plethora of headaches that, you know, come with, you know, coming into a new and totally different environment, then it makes it easier for you. You know, so coming through, you know, Africa for the Africans, you know, the community model that you have in place would be a lot easier, a lot painless for someone than someone going out there trying to do it for themselves. Definitely. You know, I was just sharing a couple years ago, I started selling land about a year and a half ago. No, about 2.5 years ago. We were the first ones really to start really diaspora and selling land here. But I immediately made it publicly known that I was not selling any land. I said I'm out of I'm not doing anything with any land, you know, because the land was having so much problem. If we're not going to buy that piece of land together, you know, I'm not going to, you know, sell land or try to refer people to land, because it's just too much going on with all of that stuff. If we're going to do it, we have to do it right, like you are doing and like you have been doing over the past, you know, a decade or so more.
Yes, brother. That's exactly what we're doing, brother. We are building the foundation, and we've only gotten so far because we're putting the work in, and we have gone through the test of time. And it's no, you know, you just go to Africa and it all work out, and you live there happily ever after. So sometimes I don't know what to tell people other than just put the time in. But you're there, and you've been there living in the Gambia, making moves in different places, and it works for you. But just because it works for you doesn't mean that it works for everybody else, right? So now, get into that tricky situation. You mentioned about land, that it's something that,
Hey,
yeah.
brother,
Go
you're
ahead.
breaking up. You were breaking up a little bit.
Breaking up,
Could you
breaking
hear
up.
me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. So the thing I wanted to get into is as far as the land. Now it gets a little tricky, and that's why I'm always telling people to involve consultants and attorneys. And even when you do, you still have a little tricky situation. But at the same time, too, that's the best thing, you know, you can do to just make it work. But outside of that, how do you feel about a country like the Gambia? Are they working to organize the land base more organized to where people can? It's gone, unfortunately. So what I was trying to get from my brother is if you can give us some updates on our land work, because 20 years ago, uh, the land situation in most countries, you know, some countries didn't have even lands commission, and or if they did, it wasn't organized or didn't have a digital system. But now those things are changing. So trying to find out from more people in different countries if they're having this land issues where with paperwork and documentation. Um, Example: the situation in Ghana has gone from this bad or unorganized from in the past to a lot more organized, and so what we may need is just to work with time, and just to keep on working with the system that we have as far as our reconnection to Africa. So that's one of the things that we always literally just get into. It's just more than just tourism energy. The tourism energy is to build that foundation. that we're gonna connect with you. So I got my Gambia soccer jersey on, and the energy I'm moving around, building connections and things like that from one country to the next. It's more than just fun and adventures and moving around. It's a business enterprise. You have to just have things organized, and you have to have things in place and make things work to where people are ready to go, and they're clear on everything, and things more important are done ahead of time. So as I talk about ahead of time, what I have is an incredible schedule that is literally just ahead of time, to where anyone that may have any interest in traveling to Africa with us, that is our information right there on our website, Africa for the Africans.org. And now once you click on the any of the links, it just reroutes you the way you just have all your tour information, from tour overview with your prices, what's included and what's not included, to the full day-to-day tour itinerary, visa information if you need a visa, preparation details, the language translation, building the immune system, and just overall just the foundation of this tour preparation, so you could be clear ahead of time. All right, so let me just check out some of these comments. There, navigates freely said there is more freedom in Africa and low hanging opportunities. Yes, you do have the more opportunities, you have potential, but at the same time, too, you'd have to bring your ingenuity to really build the foundation for you to really just be progressive and successful. And so it's not like the world of the infrastructure and things are set up there. So we're building a foundation to where we can make these things happen, and those of us in different countries could represent our connection to what we're really building. I'm gonna connect our brother Kwesi board back in a few seconds. All right, greetings, brother. Greetings. How you feeling? You're back in and you are with us. All right, Kwesi, I got you back in. All right, once Kwesi get back in settled, they just reach out to us. And unfortunately, the internet in the Gambia where he's at is not on point today. Unfortunately. Yes, so let's posting these interesting posts. Yes, so family, as we talk about this incredible journey of a lifetime, what I'm going to do is scroll down and show you some of the beautiful photos of our previous journey of a lifetime. But let me just read through the visual schedule right here. The next journey of a lifetime is Tanzania Roots and Culture Tour, November 17th to the 28th, 2022. So family, that is coming up shortly. So we have a nice group. It's 15 of us. And then we have Ghana Repatriation Investment Tour, December 24th to January 5th. And that is 25 of us. So that's our two journeys that we're working right now and getting everything all set up and just doing it way ahead of time. That means that we're just taking care of tickets, reservations, and paying the things that we need to pay ahead of time so we can just get those things organized as best as possible. And then we're going to kick it off next year, family, as we journey to 6 to, and as we peak in the next following year, 7 countries, but 6 countries on 5 itineraries. And that's Senegal and Gambia, Roots and Culture Tour. That's March 30th to April 10th, 2023. Then you have Ghana, May and June. Then this reconnect back in the other part of the summer, and that's Liberia Reconnection and Investment Tour, July 20th to the 29th. Then we just take a short break and head to Tanzania, November 16th to the 27th. Then close out the year for South Africa, December 24th to January 4th. And then we kick off the 2024 year with Rwanda, which we're building that schedule and information right now, but it's currently on a website as a tour overview. And all these links are active. And then we always have land for sale at our Black Star Pan-African community. That's 15 and 60 acres. And our goal is to just build that into an incredible business enterprise that will stand the test of time. So we have office here in Georgia, and then we have one there in Ghana. So you can always reach out to us and connect with us, and we'll just show you the visual and get you connected. And now let me just connect back our brother Kwesi Borden. Kwesi, you're back in. All right. Then
Yes, we was having some technical difficulties. Did you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. And just sharing some details on the website. Continue, brother, as you're sharing information about the Gambia and the future of the Gambia. And I was trying to find out if the Lands Commission in the Gambia is progressing, so more people be open to buying land through the Lands Commission.
Mm-hmm. You know, creating projects. Creating projects. We are, like the project that you have. Doing the same thing here. Reproducing that model and having everything in place and buying land in a community-based setting. That definitely is being done. We are looking for an elite, exclusive class of people, a business class of people, a cultural, a real Pan-Africanist class of people who want to do things right, who want to be in proximity, because a lot of people are in places where they don't have any support. If anything happen, they're 30 minutes to an hour away from any vital resources, and they don't have any neighbors. So, and when we're a community, we have people that share our same cultural background, and our likes and dislikes and things like that. It just lends to the experience. Some of the things that I kind of miss here is just my old friends. I was on the phone with my sister yesterday, and we had just a great time laughing, and our whole family's not going to come over here, but having people around us that can understand our humor and like I said, our cultural background, it adds to that vitality of life. So you guys are coming. Gambia is beautiful. I mean, the people here are beautiful, and it's really an opportunity, an immense opportunity for us to reclaim our self-respect, our humanity, and reclaim, our families. Bomani.
I can hear you, brother. Last thing you say about reclaiming our family, I can hear you loud and clear. And I'm just sharing these posts that are coming in.
I want to go ahead and conclude for the evening. I have some things going on. I'm gonna actually be traveling, but I want to I wanted to call back in and conclude, and then answer any questions that anyone may have had. Anyone can check my channel out. Go Hard Gambia is there. I'll be adding content, more content to it. And when I do get there, I just speak about what's real. I'm not out running around trying to be a YouTuber like that. When I come up there and I talk and I share ideas, know that it's all real, and know that people ask me, hey, all the time, where's your house at? Why you haven't built a house? Who said I didn't build a house? You know, just because I'm not there showing you brick by brick, you know, trying to get you to support me or donate to me, or, you know what I mean? You know, you can build a house here and then some, you know, and in any case, you know, anyone that is in the US, we all need to pick up and leave. But some are going to be there on the front line, committed to that. You know what I mean? And there's going to be others who come over and make the transition. You know, I can remember when I went through a time of being militant, you know, and everybody ran around wearing army fatigues and things of that nature. And we really saw, it's like, oh, America is going to collapse. It's going to be civil unrest. And you know, and then 2000 passed, because it was that, you know, it's in 1999, you know, 2000 party over with, but it wasn't over. We went past that. You know, and you know, the earth in success and what we was laid out for us, we got to remember it's positive. It's, you know, there's a time of great turmoil, but it's the end. We're going to see this huge corruption. We just saw the queen die. She represented one of the biggest, for a damn you know, damn near a century, represented the you know, one of the biggest world colonial, you know, one of the biggest world colonial powers, you know, that oppressed Africa, and she died. You understand? Now they got a black sister up in there, you know, you know what I mean? You know, so you know, it's a time where we're going through, like I said, into a time where we can experience freedom, joy, and peace, and we cannot be free without our own land. So we got to get our own land. That way we can practice our ways in peace and harmony.
Absolutely, brother, and that's what we're doing, brother. Laying foundation.
I'm not sure if you're there, brother, but I'm gonna conclude there.
Yeah, I can hear you clear.
Okay.
Next time we disconnect, we need to have a strong foundation of internet and things like that. I'll continue on, and if anybody else want to join me, they can join me on the stream. But appreciate your brother Kwesi, and we'll get some more updates from
Anytime,
you.
brother.
We'll do another one, and right now I'll see what's going on in the chat as all kind of folks are saluting you. And
we'll be on the camera. We'll be on the camera together soon.
Last thing. So what European is saying, because that clown just made another video 4 days ago about you. You know, you seem to be a free man and not somewhere locked in a cage or locked in a fancy hotel. You know, that's what these people are making it seem like.
You know, like I said, that all of that stuff is just fantasy, man, and people spend far too much time up there not doing the work. So that's all I have to say about that.
Absolutely, brother. Well, appreciate your energy and
okay. All right. All right. So I'll talk to you within the next couple of days, brother. Dang, I can't hear you.
When you come to Atlanta, just link me, and we'll connect and we do some good stuff. So you take care, brother. So family, that was our good brother Go Hard Gambia, brother Mas Kwesi, and he's there. This unapologetic Nigopian is a classic clown. He enjoys this, and I always tell people that people like himself, they're necessary evil. So I don't take them personal. I let them run their mouth and talk the stuff that they talk, because that's what these people do. That's what haters do. They hate. But what I'm gonna do is just look into this, get a few people to load up here. Right here, we got. I'm gonna post it again, and I'm gonna let a few people in, and then we're gonna talk and connect. So any brother who want to connect in with us, Nakmizi, Navigate Freely, Anti-Globalist, The Rock, Collagenesis, Born Critic, Patricia Matthew, basically AKA the usual suspects. And what I like to open things up to is it's no holds bar. I'm a person that believe this. you see the topic already, you know the topic already. And if you want to just come in and share what you need to share based on the topic, it is all good. And just always just telling people to respect the next person. You can address them, let them talk, and address them back. Don't take up a whole lot of time, and we can communicate, and navigate. So we got Navigate Freely and Dr. K on standby, and waiting for College Genesis and Knock Measy, The Rock, and a few other people to join in. That is the link right there as we continue into a beautiful day. It is beautiful here in the state of Georgia, here on the south side, outside of ATL, Georgia. And I got my Gambia soccer jersey on as I'm getting ready for that incredible historic journey of a lifetime. And what I'm talking about, the journey of a lifetime, family, that is us right there in Ghana on our last journey of a lifetime. And the previous one, most of these you're gonna see is Ghana journey of a lifetime, but we have, like I mentioned a little while ago, we had all of these incredible countries coming up. So I'll just show you just a few of what we've done, and these are diplomatic missions, and these are also networking connections. It's a whole lot of things happen on these journeys as far as this business and connections and moves and creating economic connection, but it's something that takes a little more work and a little more finesse. All right, and as I pause there, let me see if we have a few more people in. So we're gonna let in all of my good brothers, and I've got a number of love for these brothers. You got Dr. K here, you got Navigate Freely, and you got Knock Measy.
Salute. It's not Genesis tonight. I'm taking that name. I want it.
Okay, go ahead and rename yourself, but let me just respectfully that Dr. K, how you doing, brother? Welcome to the stream. You chimed in first. What do you like to share based on what we're talking about and based on just the subject itself, or just what you have on your mind?
Yeah. Shout out for having me over here today. Yeah, what's on my mind is so how do we make sure that any sort of business, any business plan that we do, which is based on building with other brothers and sisters, doesn't get hijacked by incompetent people, so that they can actually again build into something powerful and also something that's going to help people in the long term.
Okay, perfect. I answer that question quick and direct. Personally, for myself, I'm an ex Navy man, but Navy man, and we operate as tacticians. So currently in Ghana, as I have our real estate operation called Black Star Pan-African Community. I have two people from America, two of my elder, one a brother who is a manager, and a sister that's more of a secretary. And they're there doing public relations, which is the most important thing. They're working with the school, the orphanage, and they're also working with the people in the area, because we understand the people in the area don't know who we are. They see a busload of myself and my crew come in with 30, 40 of us, and then next thing you know, land is being cleared and we're doing development, and they still don't know who we are and things like that. So we're trying to work that on that end as far as building that public relationships, and as far as just project management is serious business. Learning to work to perfect project management, to where if people can't be on site to manage their projects with their their business people, then we have people who we can designate for that. But these are all things, honestly, brother, that we're working out. And I'm a person that the way I've learned this business, even towards an investment, is by just being in my 20s and just saying I'm gonna just make the move to Africa and go learn and build relationships and things like that, and just with my own money and make it work. So I can't really speak for everybody else, because it's a tricky situation, and it has not always been easy. I'm a fighter, so I've dealt with some of the situations, but it's rough. But I'm here to. It's kind of like one of the things I appreciate being from Jamaica and coming to America. When I hear about all these barriers that Black folks in America then broke, and open things up so people like myself can come in and do what we need to do, and kind of just open, build a more international connection. So that's what I see myself doing, honestly, brother. In Africa, I could easily just stay in America, continue my naval career, continue my aircraft maintenance civilian career, but while on the plantation, this few brothers, my brothers hit me with good knowledge of self and introduced me to certain things, and next we're studying and
I
talking
mean,
more about Africa. And then next
one thing I'm
we're going,
thinking about,
oh, go ahead.
yeah, is it possible for you, or when I say possible, I mean how likely, or what are the barriers that could actually allow you to, let's say, work within some of these countries that allow for pseudo paramilitary organizations for security? So, like, let's say, training securities. That could be that could be like a consultation service that, I don't know, with your experience and background, might be quite useful. Because I do know that in general in Africa, there's a lot of lack of discipline when it comes to these security services. There isn't like a flow most of them have. So yeah, I don't know if that's relevant to you or your background or anything like that, but be engaged in a consultationary or training sort of basis for some of these stuff like that.
Yeah, well, the thing you need to get accomplished, you definitely have, the better your training setup is, the better it will be. So
Right.
that's one of the main things. If you just really want to have certain level of success, you have to build a certain training program, and you have to have the expertise in there, because you can't expect, like example, and I'm being honest and real with people, and I'm always telling people that the things that we talk about, we're talking about to help them make their move or make their decision in Africa. That's why we try to be open. Now, I can't expect to come in where we are building our land is 2 hours away from the main city. Most of the people that, you'll say most of the well-educated people that wanted to get the money went to the more profitable part of the country, which is usually in the main cities. So that's a depletion of certain qualified people to do some of the main jobs. So you're gonna have to, number one, either you're willing to work with people and willing to just kind of, and that's what we're doing, and that's why I explain to people that if you're not willing to do these things, then don't be surprised about the things that happen. Like sometimes when I get a call back from what's going on, I tell them I'm not surprised. It is what it is. We'll keep on working at it and we'll figure it out. And it may not be the right advice for some people, like big corporate people, like certain business people I talk with. They're not trying to hear all of that. But I tell them, like, don't worry about certain things. I'm the middle person, and I got my crew of people, and we're here to work things out. And that's the best thing that we can really say, that wherever we go, we're just building a base of operation where we have people that we connect with and trust. And then while you're in the country, your goal is to build relationships with people who we can work together and do things together, because the goal is never to just leave out our folks. The goal is to always just organize something where you're incorporating the energy of your people. And if you're bringing a certain industry and where you are, certain people don't understand it, what you're going to have to do is get into training. And that's what I love, like about my experience in the U.S. Navy. It was just, I was a young brother, grew up from just living in Brooklyn as my whole teen years. And then now I'm in the U.S. Navy, and I score good on the technical aspect of the military exam. So now I got a technical position, but now I got to learn that position and put the work into it. And then, and the same thing about those of us that's trying to do any of these things in Africa. There's no system set up for you to just be successful and for you to accomplish what you're looking to really do. There's roadblocks and there's things in the way, and there's things that you may not necessarily understand because the world you're coming from is different. I tell people the world I'm coming from is different also in Jamaica. Like some people think, like I tell people, Jamaica is a modern advanced country. People like myself, you have to compete at a very, very high level to get certain positions. People like myself are fear off better in just the open world to compete. But saying that, let me let our brother navigate freely in, and anybody else that want to come in and share and talk and just add any just impactful information. Go ahead, brother.
Good evening, Bomani. Good evening, Bomani.
Good evening.
Yeah, yes, I'm here in Ghana, and in order for us to, to build in Africa, us Africans here on the continent and the Africans in the diaspora, we have to be on code. We have to. All of us is not going to be on code, so we might as well accept that. So we have to be able to work with the ones that are going to be on code, Africa first, just like your website says Africa for the Africans. We have to be on a Pan-African code, that way we can function, effectively, in building. And I don't think everyone in the USA should leave their home in the USA, because that's our home as well. We've been tortured and enslaved and we fought and bled and died, for a stake in that land. Although those who took and take and lie about everything important to us don't want us to have our legacy. They don't want to, or they don't want us to have what our foreparents, fought, died, and bled for. That's why the southern border in the USA is wide open now. So everybody can pour in and just take the legacy that we earned and we deserve. We're not gonna get it if they just let everyone just pour in there and just take what we had to fight for. They allowing people to come there and just vote, and they don't have to do anything, just the numbers, So it, the geopolitical aspects of things is, it has always eluded, most of us Africans in the diaspora. That's because we are going to the schools that's been taught by our enemies. They don't want to educate us, and we don't seem to be able to get, understand, what's going on, because we fall for the okie doke every time, but here in Africa, the things are pretty wide open as far as low hanging opportunities that's available if you have some capital. You don't have to be rich, but if you have some capital, that you don't have to, you can manage and do some interesting things. You can start businesses and although if you start a business here in Ghana, your clientele, if it's just in Ghana, it's not going to be like in the USA. You're not going to have people with that kind of money. But but here in Ghana, you don't have to spend that kind of money either to live. So it all balances out. It all depends on what you want. Do you want, comfort on the plantation, or do you want freedom in your own space? Only an individual, can weigh that out for themselves. And I chose freedom in my own space. That's what I chose. That's why I came to Ghana. So now with the small resources I have, I have 5 times as much land as I had in the USA without property taxes. Hit me up every year, because you never own anything in the USA. And there's land laws here. The land laws here in Ghana, there's 2 land laws. There's customary law, that's been going around for thousands of years, where the families and the chief, they are the custodians of the land. And there's customary law that was brought in by the Europeans. So if you want to deal with customary law, you have to go to court, and sit in front of those black magistrates with those white wigs on their head, that the British and the Portuguese and everyone taught them, this, and it seems like most of us from the diaspora, that's what we prefer. We prefer that common law, because that's what we've been used to, and that's what we trust. For some reason, we have more trust in that. As far as customary law, that's strange to us, and anything that's strange, that you don't understand or are not used to, you're a suspect. But fortunately, for us here, we our land is double covered. And I don't not only have the chief that's over the land, he gifted us the land. So that's the only way you can own land in Ghana. You got to be gifted the land, or you got to marry to a family with the land, or the people with the land that own the land, have to outright, give it to you. And that's what the chief did. He gifted us 5,000 acres of free land. That's what they call it, free land. So according to customary law, only thing we need is the chief's signature, and allocating us that plot of land, and we good, and according to customary law, after 12 years of being on that land, no one can push you off that land. According to the customary law, it's squatters' rights or whatever you want to call it. But the common law we have in Ghana, the government said that no foreigner, can own land, and hold it for no longer than 55 years. And even a citizen of Ghana, if you're not a landowner, you can you get 99 years, and then you have to re-register the land with the land commission. And in order to re-register the land with the land commission, that means you have to go right back to the chief or whoever the chief is going to be at that time, and negotiate for a new indenture, a paperwork agreement, that you can occupy this land. But according to customary law, it's not going to be that difficult, to continue, but who's going to be around after 99 years to find out? But I think Africa is the prize. Most of us in the diaspora, we just don't recognize the prize. The richest continent in the world, that has been, intentionally, marginalized. Even with the marginalization, Africa, as a continent, it has done some tremendous things, and people, there's many metropolises and stuff. It's just that there's only one problem, is that most African countries don't control their economic resources. They don't control it. So that one book that I read years ago called The Confessions of an Economic Hitman by John Perkins was a true story. They tell you exactly how the Europeans just usurp and take over land without even being here. They control. It's all about controlling. If you can't protect what is yours, it's not yours. If you can't protect your gold, diamonds, resources, your women, your children, your schools, if you can't protect it, it's not yours. And in the USA, Black Americans, they don't control absolutely nothing. So nothing is theirs. They don't mind if a few Black Americans make $1 million or $1 billion, just as long as they spend it on the plantation. They care about how you spend the money. They don't care how much money you got, as long as you're giving it right back to them. It doesn't matter. And that's, so that the system, of racism, white supremacy, if you don't understand that system, what it is and how it works, everything you think you is only going to confuse you, according to Neely Fuller. And I think he's absolutely correct, because, there's so much illusion, there's so much confusion, that, we have been, systematically altered, socially engineered. We've been dumbed down, like cats and dogs, not to function properly, and it took centuries, for them to get us like this. It took 1,000 years, they call the Dark Ages, to feed us the lie, that the image of a dead white man, now to feed the Europeans that lie, that the image of a dead white man is God. It just took like a few centuries, to put it in the Africans, through trauma. So, we got the world is pretty much jumbled, and we got to figure it out, and if Africans can't figure it out, it can't be figured out. I think we can do it, because I look at it like this. I try to be pragmatic, that the enemy of my greater enemy is my temporary friend. So if I got to vote for Trump, because he's doing more for the, the Black, of people in the USA than the Democrats is, I'm not going to be act like I'm married to the Democrats, or that's my football, baseball team, do or die, or win or lose. No. I'm going to go for whichever one is going to benefit, my people at that time. I'm not going to be stuck, in a illusion and a confusion. I'm not going to be, because I voted for, Obama, the first term, because, I felt like anything got to be better than George Bush. And so I voted for Obama, and it didn't take long.
How did that work out for you?
It didn't take long for me to realize, that Obama, was just as bad, just like the rest of them. I wasn't gonna get nothing.
So it was
Absolutely.
a systematic issue that you're dealing with then.
Yes, it's a system. Obama was part of the system. I just didn't know it until then. And so the next time he came around, I didn't vote at all. That's the first election in my life I just stood out of. I didn't even vote. And then I wasn't gonna vote the next time. But the only reason I went to the polls because it was some local people on the polls I wanted to vote for. And I was not going to vote for Hillary Clinton. No way in the hell I was going to do that. So I did vote for Trump. I voted for Trump, and and that was probably one of the best votes I ever made in my life. Actually, it is the best vote I ever made in my life because when you take all the emotion and all the fake news out of the whole situation, you look at the facts. Trump did more for Black people in the USA, than any other president in history. He was doing great things, and that's why they attacking him like he's Martin Luther King. The news is spitting on him like he's Black, lying on him like he's Black, and pushing him around like he's Black, because that's how you can tell who your friends is, because what racism, white supremacy is about power. So you ask who got the power to control your mind, whoever got the power, over the media, they're the ones that's the white supremacists, because, according to, one of my teachers, he who controls the printed page controls the thinking of the age. If they feed in your mind with the news and you come to trust them, with what they say, they got total control over you. And it's not what they say tell you is what they don't tell you that's important sometimes as well. So we got to be a little bit more sophisticated, than that, So one of the ways we can be more sophisticated as diasporans, Africans is, to be on code. It's just that simple. Be on code, Black, African first, Africa first. Of course, we're going to have some infiltrators, in our midst. We got to keep an eye out for them, the saboteurs, that look just like us, because Martin Luther King was right. It's not about the color of one's skin. It's about the content of their character.
All right, Navigate Freely, appreciate it. Before you go on, let me let Dr. K back in. And also, Navigate Freely, I want you to respond to what Dr. K is saying once he's finished.
Yes.
Yeah. Shut up. Sorry, I had to go for a minute earlier onwards. Yeah, so brother, I mean, you said a lot of stuff, and I wanted to respond to a few things because, I don't necessarily agree with, politicization of us. I think we should be separate. So I want to hear like what good stuff has what's his name, Donald Trump done for Black people that the other guy hasn't.
Well, Trump, when he became president, of the United States, he created enough jobs, to make, a record, give Black people their most record unemployment, that they ever had, in American history. There was less unemployed Black people, in the USA, than ever there was in US history, when Trump was the president. Not only did he do that, but the Black colleges, they would always come begging to Washington D.C. to each presidents and stuff, and they'll get a little bit of funding here and there, But what Trump did, he funded them, for he put millions and millions of dollars, funded them, for a long time. He just threw a lot of money at them, And not only that, when Trump became president, he stopped sending Black, young poor Black people in the military, all over the world, killing people. Trump did not invade any country in Africa. Gaddafi and in the wars and Sudan, because most of the wars that goes on in Africa is fomented, by the Western powers, Europeans and the USA. They, you just don't know it. The CIA is all over the world. I accuse the CIA of starting the war between the civil war in Sudan. It's just to, if you get them to kill each other, that's less that we got to kill. So and Trump, he exposed, the system, to black people that was willing to listen. He let people know that, the news that you're hearing every day, they're not telling you the truth. That's fake news. It's just a production. All of the mainstream media is owned by a handful of corporations which don't have your well-being in mind. And everybody is bought and paid for or blackmailed. So the whole U.S. government had been infiltrated, by people, that's only out for themselves. It's a global thing. And one of the biggest perpetrators, of the global economic, imperialism, was the Queen of England, that recently passed away. That was the money hub, London, and the Vatican,
Perfect. Man. Navigate freely. Let me just let Dr. K respond. That way we don't have a long situation. Go ahead, Dr. K.
Yeah, I'm actually quite impressed. Actually, I did get a few answers. So one of them was he actually opened up the pathway for negotiation, and I think that's a good thing because I think I've always found it kind of strange that Black Americans tend to lean more on the conservative side in terms of like their own, moral codes that they grew up in their families, at least when the father was there, and somehow this moral code gets juxtaposed into liberalism, and I do think it's a good idea now that actually Black people are able to put themselves into the negotiation table, whereby, let's say, if more blacks can actually, Black people, should I say, are able to say, okay, look, we've been voting for liberals all this time. We're not really seeing direct results to the areas in our lives that we feel affect us the most. So this is exactly what we want. How can we go about getting this, and what is it going to cost us? So I do think I like that fact of opening up the negotiation table. Obviously, the job thing. Some liberals will say, hey, the economy was already recovering under Obama, and Trump took over, during the apex of that. But the facts are clear. Yes, during Trump's reign, it was actually the highest number of employment for black people in a long time. So that is actually a good point. But I guess I'll still kind of have some, how do I say, not fear, but just caution. I don't really think that believing this bipartisan party system is the way forward for Black people in general. I think Black people, we need to actually start doing more local based voting for governors and positions that affect the local environment more, because I think they're going to have more power to do things that affect the typical person. And I'm talking about Africa as well, because even in Africa, personally, I don't vote for presidents, right? But I would be willing to vote for, local or state level sort of representatives, because I think, again, they're going to affect policies, rules, or structures that's going to impact people more directly. I'll give you an example. So in Kenya, Nairobi, there's a guy called Sakaja. When he was running, I don't actually know if he won it. I should really have checked it by now, because they've concluded the new seats yesterday. However, Sakaja was running under the text of, okay, I am going to make it ease of doing business in Nairobi much clearer. What he means by that is an example. So this is an issue I came up with. I'm sure many Kenyans came up with the same issue, but I obviously spoke to my friends about this. I was like, why does it cost the average Kenyan, all right, who doesn't have that much disposable cash, to be able to invest in a business? To get a business license in Kenya, yes, you can pay someone and they can sort it out to you if you have the cash, right? But to open up a simple business, it's going to cost you like $500 to get, the business license. But then you have so many other miscellaneous things. For example, you need to have what's that thing called? Fire extinguisher license. Then you have to get the, let's say if it's a let's say it's a dentistry, right? You're opening up a dentistry. Not only do you have to conform with the hygiene standards and medical practice standards that is actually put by the medical board, you also have to have something similar by the other boards, which is nonsense, right? Things like that should be together, or safety, etc. for getting this spray thing against the fire extinguisher, but all of that is already included in one document. There's no reason for you to need the same exact documentation by the city council, etc. So he wants to say, okay, look, we're going to make it simple and streamlined. We're going to make it all together, and we're going to make it straightforward, clear. You just get one license. All these things are going to be put in the same place. If you can't afford to pay for all of it at one go, we'll let you pay for it as you get more clients. But all the licensing is in one document. I think that's amazing, right? So I would vote for more of that local. I would sort of put more effort into local-based political systems.
Yes.
Yeah,
And that
it's kind of like the grassroots. Everything stems up from the grassroots. So the better you can impact a grassroots, the better you can just grow stronger. But navigate freely. Go ahead, my brother.
Well, I concur. The better the grassroots, and that would be the most effective thing, for Black Americans in the U.S. to do, is to concentrate locally because of the numbers. The numbers, as far as Black people is concerned in the U.S. has dwindled, in their political power. Probably about 20 years ago, Black people, were the, second class citizens, and now, with the influx of immigrants, so-called immigrants, illegally pouring through the borders, the numbers now leave Black people in the USA as third-class citizens. So their political power has been diminished, and so with the influx of more people into the country, which has been intentional. So even in the local races, if the Black people don't form a coalition, with others, it's gonna be it's not gonna be to their advantage. And and the Europeans, they know how to form coalitions because they usually buy everybody off, and and they control the reins of economics. So people usually vote their pocketbook, so they'll get they'll still be able to marginalize Black Americans if we don't be on code. So I agree that the local issues is important. They use the same tactics against Black Americans in USA they use in Kenya. They put a whole bunch of red tape in front of you if you want to start a business, or if you want to move progressively forward, that's going to help you and your community move forward. There's all kinds of roadblocks, and that's another thing that Trump did when he came into presidency. He got rid of lots of he deregulated and got rid of all of that, lot of red tape, to make it easier to do business in the USA. So businesses were coming back, from China, and starting their businesses back in the USA, which creates jobs, because as you remember back in during the Clinton and Carter and Bush ages, jobs were being exported, out of the country. There was only service jobs in America. All the manufacturing jobs was being moved out of the country, primarily to China. All the good jobs. And they was and the taxpayers' dollars was funding the move too. So, and the difference, and I agree. As far as politics is concerned, the Democrats and the Republicans in the USA, were two sides of the same coin. They was just playing bad cop, good cop with us, with the people. That was just for people consumption. And the U.S. media was nothing but the cheerleaders, like a football game, just like the World Series, or during election time, the Democrats versus the Republicans, and Black people have been trained and psychologically conditioned, for that kind of entanglement. Even with his football, football is like a religious right on Sundays, for many Black people, and they will cheer their team on, do or die. In basketball, they that just athletes is just like gods, and then when it comes down to politics, it gets the same way. The media, tells all the Black people that the Democrats are this, and the Republicans is this, and they just go along with the program. And then the Democrats and Republicans, they just play off each other. They the best of friends because they're on the same side. But that's not for the public consumption. Mind control is an old science, you know. Edward, you know, just research Edward Bernays, you know, back in the day, you know, he started this here group mind control process, but it's even older than that. You know, it goes back to the Colosseums, you know, in Rome. You know, when you want to appease the masses, you know, you just give them a spectacle. You know, spectacle, takes control of the conscious and subconscious mind, you know, where it can be molded, you know, and managed, you know, very easily. That's why they had the gladiators and feeding the Christians to the lions and all these other spectacles. And in the USA, you know, politics is just another spectacle, just like watching NFL football on Sunday. You know, that's the way most black people look at it. And then when you get somebody, you know, with black skin that look like us, can walk a little cool and got a cute wife or something, you know, that's all we need, because that's the only thing that Barack Obama gave black people in the USA, you know, was beautiful pictures. That's it. He didn't give them nothing else, but that's all he had to give, because, you know, black people in the USA has been conditioned like that. You know, they didn't expect me. All they wanted to see is a nice looking black face, and that made them feel good, you know. And you cannot, you know, find reality. You cannot feel your way to reality. It's impossible. Feeling is just one of the 5 basic tools of science, of consciousness. So you can't feel your way to reality, but they're gonna put all the roadblocks in your way. You know, license here, you know, license that, you know, or cost, you know. This one, they'll price you out of a situation, just like they do in Kenya. It's the same game plan that the Westerners have been playing in Africa. They've been playing on, you know, some of this stuff been tested on Black Americans and incorporated in Africa, and vice versa. So it's a system that's been managing itself, you know, for centuries, and I think black people around the world is smart enough to usurp this system. You know, we might not be able to do it, you know, alone. I think we're gonna need some help, you know, from others around the world, even some white people, even some Europeans, you know, that's progressive in their thinking. You know, it's gonna have to help us as well. But that's what seems to be going on right now. It's a war going on right now. It's a information war. It's a war for your mind. You know, and you know, the COVID thing was a war of COVID-19. That was a mind a war. You know, the system of racism, white supremacy has so many weapons in the arsenal. You know, because they have weaponized everything.
And hold on that point, brother. As you know, because you made a bunch of different points, but the main point I want to connect with you on is and this link with the topic is dealing with our children. So in this case, of all the things you're talking about, how do our children, or how do we get our children prepared for the future to compete? Because based on what I'm hearing from so many people across the world, is that there's no, you know, it's like the end of the world, there's no future, but it's like we have young children now, and you know, how are they supposed to feel? Are they supposed to feel hopeless?
Well,
Are they
there's a
supposed to
future.
feel
There's a future. You know,
that there's some opportunities?
it's not over with yet. You know, first thing we got to do is we got to take control of our education. You know, right now in the USA, you know, Black Americans don't control anything. They don't control their education, their economics, their religion, the law. They control absolutely nothing for themselves. You know, only thing, you know, Black Americans do in the USA is what they are allowed to do. That's why I say there's a bit more freedom here on the continent of Africa, because, you know, here in Africa, you know, most Africans, they can control the education of their children if they choose to. Although here in Ghana, they still, you know, using too many European textbooks that was left down, you know, and you know, and then, you know, the government has been pressured, you know, by European powers, you know, to keep it this way, you know. But even in the USA, you know, we can choose, you know, to educate our own children. You know, Omar, you know, Dr. Omar, you know, he was interested in building a school because he understands, you know, the importance of educating our own. Because your enemy is not going to teach you what you need to know, you know, to move past their dominance and their control. So one thing we have to do, you know, incrementally, you know, as much as we can, you know, is educate our children ourselves, you know, give them right knowledge, the knowledge that's gonna, give them the tools and the equipment, to move progressively forward, as an individual and as a people.
Navigate freely, brother. Well said. Well said. Well said. Now, the other part of that is the practical application. The theory of the science and the other aspect of it is completely different. So now let's see if we can really, organize and mobilize ourselves in that direction of success, or if we're gonna get caught back up into the rat race because the whole world is enterprising and everyone is lining themselves up to be the next world power because other nations in the world thinking that these so-called world powers are going to fall soon, and maybe they will and maybe they won't, but regardless, they're beefing up and doing what they need to do. And it seemed like the only continent and the only people that's left out of that picture is Black people in the African continent.
Yes, we have to learn how to defend ourselves. If you can't protect what is yours, it's not yours. So we need, people in Africa and in the diaspora, we need weapons of mass destruction as well. But all weapons of mass destruction is not kinetic weapons. The Europeans, they taught us that anything and everything can be weaponized, because that's what they have done. They have weaponized everything that they touch. They weaponize it. So we can take some things and weaponize it to our advantage as well. You don't have to have nukes, because the nukes not only destroy your enemy, but it can destroy you as well.
Yes.
And so so the likelihood of them being used is low. And so that kind of destruction. But there's other ways to fight. There's other weapons out there. Psychological weapons. We have to outthink them. I think Africans can outthink Europeans if that's what we got a mind to do. That's why I kind of like Nigerians, because Nigerians try to outthink people. That's really great. I love that about Nigerians. They try to outthink you, and to their advantage. So we can take a page out of that, and apply it to the Europeans. Try to outthink them, convince, we can convince some of the Europeans, to be on our side, against those globalists, those imperialists, that wants to control the whole world. Because right now, some of them are on our side, through de facto, because the people that's been controlling the world, for the past 2,000 years, they're trying to control everybody. The Europeans too. They trying to they trying to enslave everybody. And and there's lots of Europeans, they don't want to be slaves. Most Africans, in on the continent and the diaspora, they already had a taste of slavery. They've been indoctrinated with that. And so, and if you don't have power, if you don't have weapons, that's how you become a slave. If you can't protect yourself, hey, you at the mercy of someone else. So what? But I think we can weaponize some things. I haven't psychologically or emotionally or mentally given up. On the Africans overcoming. I see it. I like what Martin Luther King said. He said he has been to the mountaintop. He has looked over the mountaintop and he has seen the promised land. He said we will reach the promised land. He said he might not go with us, which is true because he's not here. But we as a people will reach the promised land. And I'm not a believer, but I contend, that with global politics, the way they are right now, and the potential of African people, I can see, the possibilities of us overcoming and reaching the promised land.
Yes, brother, that is perfect. Appreciate it. Appreciate your input and energy. And Yes, and you make it seem so sweet and so nice. I love it, man. But yeah, but family, put the work in, and we'll get there. We'll get to the mountaintop. We'll achieve and ascend.
Oh yes, and we everybody is not gonna go with us, but it's gonna be a critical mass, enough of us have to just climb that hill, to create, the inertia, and then once we go down the other side, we can just pull everybody over with us, because right now, even in Ghana, this land project that we have, it's been working just fine thus far because it's all been individual effort. Individuals, with they building, with the resources that they have individually, or the resources they can obtain individually. There have not been any group economics, applied yet. But and this project has been 3 years old, so right now, I think we've organized ourselves, to the point, where when the group economics do start coming in, we will be able to manage it, without self-destructing, because many Pan-African villages, they usually have a you know the group money is funneled through one person or a couple of people, and then somebody misappropriate funds and do something, where people, when it comes down to the black folks money, they don't trust other black folks, so 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 but right now, what we're going to do, our treasurer is going to report to the entire group, on WhatsApp every month, the third Sunday of every month. Our treasurer is gonna give a balance of what's in the account, and and what expenditures were spent that month, and what they were spent on. It's gonna be all open, and it's gonna be clear to everyone what's going on. That will dissuade any fraud or embezzlement or whatever. If everything is transparent, we should be okay. And in regular reports, and we should be okay. And but because we've already had some people trying to take advantage of the project, for their own selfish gain. Fortunately, those they were squelched, before, and you're going to be challenges everywhere. We still have some challenges, that we need to overcome, but I don't see the challenges that we have right now as insurmountable. And we're not moving as fast as we want to, but we're moving pretty good. We're moving pretty good. It's going to take a long time at this pace, but we don't have group economics coming in now. We get the group economics rolling, things will be moving at a much faster pace, and we'll be able, because we're building a community, right? We're carving a community right out of the bush. So that's what we're trying to do, is we just go straight into the bush and carve out a community. And this community is not only for diasporans all around the world, but it's for Africans on the continent, and Ghanaians as well. It's for all Africans and Africans of African descent. Can live here. But and that's great. So and it's so it's going to be integrated. It's not just going to be a diasporan colony. So that's exciting.
Yes, brother, you sound very excited. That is perfect. Yes, you're over there in a Sable building the future and everything. So you guys keep on working what you're working on and everything. College Genesis is excited. He said, he appreciate your energy, and he said yes.
Well, thank you, College Genesis. I appreciate your appreciation.
Excellent, man. He's a fan of yours. He wish he could be right there with you there in a Sable and sipping on tea.
Well, you're gonna bring him, Bomani. You're gonna bring College Genesis, and you're gonna bring him right here to our project as well as yours.
There you go,
And he's
Colorado
gonna
brother. You hear that? That's good news for you,
He's
man.
coming.
I'll share that with
He's
you later when I
coming.
talk to you also. So he's gonna be excited on that.
He's coming. I
This
know
is
he's coming.
Well, this is his reply. So I don't think he's coming.
He's coming. You know, he don't think he's coming, but he's coming, and he's gonna be glad he did.
So what do you have to say about in reference to people who been to other countries in Africa and then went back to America and then they haven't been to Ghana and they haven't seen what you have seen to where you want to
Well,
move
I've
there?
only been to Ghana. I've only been to Ghana, and I have nothing against people that has come to Africa and decided that they want to stay in the USA. Colin might be one of those people, but he's coming. You know, he's gonna come look. You know, he's not gonna do it virtually. He's gonna come. You know, he's gonna come live. And you know, so if you come to Africa, you know, you can work. You can. This is the modern era. You can work in Africa and work in the USA as well. You know, and matter of fact, I consider myself doing both. You know, I get to talk to people like Kala, you know, that's in the USA, you know, and either influence them or piss them off, whatever. You know, I'm having an effect. You know, Kala has a worldwide radio broadcast. You know, so so I got to try to influence him some kind of way. That's putting in some work. You know, and I'm over here in Africa because I'm a senior now. You know, I'm 65 years old. Therefore, you know, I can't, it won't be practical for me to be on the front lines with my M16. You know, if things break out in the USA, that's for the young soldiers. You know, they should stay there and hold the fort down and make money and send that money, you know, to Africa, you know, to build up infrastructure here and to build and fortify the continent, you know, so Africans all over the world can have, you know, can come in here and be free and be safe, you know, and you know, because the USA is ours too, you know. So I don't want Black Africans to abandon the USA and come to Africa. That's what the Europeans want us to do. You know, if we all consolidated in one place, you know, this makes it easier for them to get rid of us. But you know, those in the USA, they're in the living room. If you're in somebody's living room, that means you have the opportunity. You can break up the furniture if you choose to.
Hey, Kala, why don't you come on and talk to the man, yo? Come on, I'm not gonna post all your messages to navigate freely. Navigate freely. Are you a troublemaker? You like to stir the pot?
You know, I'm not a troublemaker. Kala is. Kala love to make trouble. I'm nice.
And this is what he got for you.
And I'm not that nice, but I'm nicer than Kala.
For real. He said give him 10 minutes.
It's hard for him to, you know, to adjust and switch into nice mode. You know, he ain't gonna switch. It ain't easy. I understand.
Well, he's here to educate our people. So, you know, we do these programs where we talk about Pan-Africanism, culture, going to Africa, living, doing business, organizing, mobilizing.
Yeah.
So,
I've heard him. I've heard him say some good things, and I've heard him say some things that's kind of crazy too. But you know,
now let's focus on it. Let's focus on.
But we got to think and talk for a much better understanding. You know, I don't. You know,
what's so crazy about some of the things he talk about?
Well, I can't think of any right now, but I've heard him say some stuff that made me my eyebrow go up. You know, I said, "What?" You know, but you know, I'm sure he might say some of those now, but tonight.
But if you don't remember it.
No, it's you know, I'm not trying to remember that kind of stuff. I'm trying to stay focused on the right knowledge. You know, if he says something cool, I'm gonna try to keep that. You know, and and incorporate it into my mind. But if I hear something that's in left field, you know, I'm not gonna retain that. No, but that's okay. We know I don't expect anybody to agree with everything I say. You know, we got to be able to think and talk for a much better understanding. And as Black Africans, you know, in the diaspora, we have to learn we have to create a new acceptance with one another. You know, because after centuries of abuse, you know, and psychological abuse, you know, with no therapy, you know, we need help. We need to reprogram our minds. You know, just ask, you know, Dr. You know, Joyce DeGruy. She'll run it down, you know, on post-traumatic slavery disorder. And Dr. Amos Wilson, you know, He's another black psychologist. We have all the master teachers, that we don't have to reinvent the wheel. All we have to do is pay attention to our master teachers, that's already done the research, done the work.
That's it, brother. It was everything. It was written, so it's in the books. It's on DVDs, on videos. It's on YouTube. It's online. It's
Yes,
out there. So
it's out there. You're right. It's out there. Black. Dr. Claude Anderson. Black money, white wealth, something like that. And Amos Anderson. He got a Black Power a book. Black Economic Power book. It's thicker than the Bible. I got it here. I haven't finished reading it yet. I've been too busy, with this project, but I'm looking forward to diving into that. But I've been listening to his lectures because I like to be in school all the time. I like to be in class, so I can just grab my phone and pull up a lecture, for one of our master PhD teachers, and just listen to it, as I do what I'm doing, and and stay focused all day, every day. So because one of my teachers told me that you got to fill your head with knowledge before you open up your mouth. And the College Genesis, he considers himself a master teacher, because he's always, he confidence is something that he do not lack. He do not lack confidence.
Well, he's trying to educate people like yourself, man. He got a whole lot of knowledge to educate folks, and he's just sharing it, and sharing it and sharing it.
Yes, he does not lack confidence, and I agree.
And things, and it's and I'm just here to this provide the foundation for us to just communicate. So it is all good. Yes. But it's good that you're there in Ghana, and you have functionally this carry on that vision of this wanting to just live out your life in Africa and live sustainable, and you're doing it. So that's great. And then now you just I
would have been more comfortable on the plantation. I didn't have to come here. I would have been more comfortable on the plantation because I already had a 6-bedroom, 3-bathroom house paid for, and I had a job. And all I was just stacking up cash. I could have been, in the past 3 years, I could have stacked enough cash to, to do whatever I wanted to do. Basically, even when the pandemic hit, I was a security officer. So my job was essential. I still would have been able to go to work every day. I wouldn't have been forced to stay at home. So, I decided, to come here, and, it's because I wanted to leave the world with a bigger and better legacy, So, I think I'll be able to do that, I'm happy. Ghana is better than I thought it was going to be. Africa is better than I thought it was going to be. That's why I say Kala is going to come and he's going to like it because it's better than he thinks it is. So and you already know, Bomani, exactly what's going on because you've been to plenty of countries. I only been to Ghana, and Ghana is Africa is much better than I thought it was. It's a whole different world. The people is even different. Right now they're having festivals in Ghana, in Accra. They're having the God festivals, and you see thousands, tens of thousands of black men, women, and children all clustered together, having a good time with no police and nobody's acting crazy. So that's amazing right there. It's just totally different. I said, wow, ain't no way this is gonna happen in the USA. You get 50 black people together, black men and women, and they're drinking and smoking weed and cussing and doing drugs, and somebody's gonna pop off, and it's gonna be a problem. Because it usually always happens. At least that was my experience. Now maybe there's places in the USA, where you can get hundreds and hundreds of black people together, and they just black people, and they can they can maintain their cool, but here in Ghana you can get thousands together, and everybody is on this, it seems pretty cool. you know, and that's very amazing. It's very comforting, you know, and you know, I don't feel like I have to watch my back like I did in the USA. You know, I had my 9mm with me, you know, when I was in the USA, you know, because you needed it. But, you know, but here in Ghana, you know, women and children, they can walk down the road at night and nobody bothers them.
Yeah, it is some good times because me and my crew, we do walk around and move around in different countries, and you know, I'm being honest, I do feel safer. But then again, the reason I feel safer because you know we have people with us, and it's a lot of us and things like that. But if I moved around like America did the same way, yeah, I'll feel a little safer also. But the situation is always going to be just the laws of many things a little bit different. But yeah, the future of what we're looking to do is more so in Africa, absolutely. And I do enjoy the flexibility, and that's why I'm putting things in place to be able to build my future and build what we're building right there in Ghana. But you know, as you know it, just like you're there.
Nothing wrong with going back and forth. Nothing wrong with going back and forth. Kala is going to be one of those. He's going to go come to Ghana. He's going to go back to the USA. He's going to come to Ghana. He's going to go back to the USA. He's going to be an international person.
Well, hey, let me. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Going back and forth to any place is fine. But you know, in order for you to be there in Ghana, you need to have what you need in place to run your operation. Yes. I run a 24-hour, 7 days a week business enterprise. I do all kind of stuff here. You know, 3 different business. So the main thing is, it's setting things that I need in place. A lot of people go to Africa. I'm always encouraging people to go and to put the foundation and build with the people that we have there and other people so they can do it more collectively to look out for each other. But it's a rough journey when you don't have those things in place. So people like myself, we're putting those things in place. Let me add our brother Kala in place real quick. And then you can chat with him. Just give me a few seconds. Greetings, how you, brother? Hopefully somewhere quiet.
I'm going good. In the chat, it says I deleted somebody. Matthews, where I didn't delete anybody. I don't know why that happened. All the comments were deleted as a college Genesis. I don't delete people, you know. And so I want to put that out.
Let the haters just post their comments. Nobody has posted anything detrimental to it. They're doing jet threats.
Well, I was saying, like I said, Patricia Matthews. The person, I don't know if they said anything bad about me, you know, anything like that. But it said I deleted it. On back end, it said I deleted the person. I don't remember deleting anybody. So if it has my name up there, it's deleted person. Am I the only moderator? My name is just like generic. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you're the only person.
Okay, so
that's usually just
okay. Also, when you delete somebody, my name shows up. Okay, I want to make sure. Okay, all right, that's what happened. You know, I was like, wait a minute, I don't remember deleting anybody.
Yeah, it's on every.
Oh, okay. All right.
Brother, how you feeling? I got you later on.
I'm doing good, and I'm listening to East Love and Navigate over here.
Aquaba.
What is the problem? What's the problem with Navigate?
No, I had no problem with Navigate. You know, I have no problem with them, everything like that. And I found out that let me like I said, my brother Navigate, he's 65, man. I sell Medicare plans. I can hook you up. You know, 65. Are you on Medicare, brother?
Your background is noisy. Roll the window up, turn on AC, and this.
I'm outside the park. I'm outside. Nice breezy day. Let me get behind a tree. All right. My shade, much behind the tree. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay. No, that Navigate. He's a Medicare age. I could come up with a Medicare policy. Man, that'd be a good thing. I could start my Medicare policy, sell people who are Medicare policies to people in Ghana. Man, that's Pan-Africanism. I'm dead serious. I'm not joking. When you got military, you got TRICARE.
I got herbal medicine. I got Ghana Care.
Oh man, come on! Don't tell me you didn't earn enough quarters for your Medicare, bro.
Well, I told the VA to give me all my medical records before I left. You know, and I came to Ghana. And I told Social Security I told Social Security I don't need Medicare because I can't use it in Ghana. because I can't
Yeah, that's
use it
a
in
yo,
Ghana.
dude, man. I say, you're a good brother, man. But don't be giving out advice like that, man. Don't be giving out advice like that.
I'm not
You
giving
know,
out advice. I'm telling you what I did. I'm telling you what I did.
that's the key. This is what I did, right? I don't want nobody going
That's
out
what I
there
said.
dying and whatnot. I would follow East Love and navigate. The person get out there and whatnot, and they die and whatnot. They're gonna come and sue you. And I listen to you, man. You said I didn't need my Medicare. I didn't need to go to the hospital. And
I
I can
don't
eat
need it. You
herbs and
can't use
berries.
Medicare in Ghana. You can't use it in Ghana. Why pay for
But what I'm
something
saying, hold
that
on.
you
But what
can't
I'm
use?
saying is, listen. What I'm saying. I saw Medicare plans that you can use worldwide. Medicare plans that you can use. If you got Medicare, these insurance plans will pay for your coverage globally, worldwide. Now, if Africa doesn't, if it's not Africa, then we need to get Africa's medical system right here. Because that's going to be key in getting people to go to the continent. People go to Belize. Why? Because they got good healthcare system. They got all
Well,
this
it's a
stuff
good
like that for
healthcare
seniors and
system
everything.
here. The healthcare
You
is
just said
fine here.
you said Medicare. You can't use. But how you gonna have a good healthcare
can't use
system?
it. And I don't want it. That's why I told Social Security.
Yeah,
do
but
not
okay,
touch my
that's
money.
for you. The average
Yeah.
person cares about their life. They go out there to get the eyes checked,
Yeah,
they
they
get the
want
blood
Western
work done,
medicine.
and stuff like this,
Yeah.
and everything. That's what we live at, man. But the problem I'm
Yeah.
trying to have is the problem I have with you and people like think like
I-
you, and nothing to get you personally, right? It's like
Mhm.
you said, I could be living in comfort in America and plantations. Why can't you fucking what is it about Africa that everybody think that when you go to Africa you gotta suffer? Why can't you live in comfort in your motherland?
You
That's
can
what
live
I'm
in
talking
comfort in
about.
the motherland.
But you
You're
just said
taking it the
you
wrong
living in
way.
comfort.
Again.
You said you live in. I'm talking about people should be able to live like anybody. Why can't Africa build the sort of lifestyle that
I said
rival
I would
any
have
place
been
else in the
more
world?
comfortable. I could have been more comfortable in the USA if I hadn't have left.
Yeah, but you said you don't
'Cause
need electricity. You don't need running
I
water.
didn't say I
You can use
didn't
the
need
outhouse. You
electricity.
said
You put
you can
words
use a
in
little
my mouth.
stream. You know
I
what I'm
did
saying?
not say that.
You said you can walk to the river to get your water and everything
I
like
didn't
that.
say
Man,
that
come on,
either.
that ain't appealing to the person
See,
trying to
that's what you do,
repatriate. Come on,
Colin. You always
navigate
put
it.
words in people's mouth that they didn't say. Your ears
That's what
must
you
be
said,
clogged
nigga.
up. You
Come
can't hear.
on, man.
You
Come
can't
on,
hear.
man.
You cannot hear. You don't listen. You just say that stuff. I think you do it on purpose just to aggravate people. Because I didn't say none of that stuff you said. Not a
Well,
word
that's
of
what
it.
people take it. That's what somebody like
That's the way
Nagneezy
you
will
will
take.
take it.
Hold on, that's what
That's the way
somebody like
you
Nagneezy
take
will
it.
say. They'll say,
You don't
"See,
know.
these niggas trying to tell you."
Some people listen to what others say. But you don't. You don't listen to nobody but yourself. Any
Nah, that ain't
delusion
true.
you have, you spit it out.
That ain't true.
like
That's not.
I said.
That ain't true.
You know
I listen to
that
everything you
is
say.
true. I didn't say a
I listen to
single
all you
one. I
guys,
didn't
man.
say
I listen to
I could go
everybody.
to the river and get my water. I didn't say I can't have comfort in Africa. I did not say none of those things you just said.
You should have
I didn't
more
need
cover.
electricity.
Let me tell you something. Let
I
me say
didn't say
something,
any
brother.
of that
Right?
stuff.
Like I said, if you got money coming from a first world country, right, you should be living the life of luxury in a developing country,
It
man.
all
Your
depends on how
lifestyle's supposed
much
to go
money you
up.
got coming from a
No,
third
no,
world
your
country,
lifestyle.
or
No,
first
check
world
this out.
country.
Check this out. If you lived in America and lived your whole life and you're retired and you go to a third world, I know people that go to the Philippines, right? They got all this. They got all. Even people who go to goddamn Israel. They go there. They got a nice house and everything like that. They sell the house and they around their own people. I know people that go to retire, go back to the Philippines and stuff like that. They're living like kings and queens. You don't go back. You don't live in America for all your life and go to Africa and live destitute, man. That's freaking stupid.
I didn't say
You
I
know?
lived destitute. So there you go again.
I'm not saying you did.
Presumptuous. Yes, you being presumptuous. You always presumptuous. You don't listen.
Nope.
You just
I'm
be
saying so. Can
and
we?
spit out
So can we?
that
Can we?
non-productivity, and you just spit out the non-productivity with your presuppositions that nobody said.
Let me ask you. Can we agree on something, right? Can we agree that okay, some people, like I said, let me ask you a question, Navigate. Are you one of those guys? I know some people that retired, they live in a boom, they go to Alaska. I live off the grid. They live off the grid. They fish, hunt, and everything for their life. Some people like that. You got that here in America. Some people go to the Appalachians, everything like that. They want to live off the grid. They want to be away from civilization. I get that. That's that lifestyle, right? But what I'm saying is this, though. There's also people that say, something? Let's build something modern, nice, and everything, so we can still be in tune with the modern world and everything. But we're living in Africa. Why is it that Africa is this resistance
Where's the question?
to modernization?
Where's the question?
Bro, that's the question. The question is, Every
Well,
time
the
I hear,
answer is
okay,
the answer
let me ask you a
is
question. Let me ask you a question. Let me put it like this. The other day, you made a comment where you said, when we talked about building these communities, Black Star Pan African communities, and then later on, you know, when I was tired, I'm about to get off the air and everything, you made a comment, right, saying, well, that sounds like we're separating from the local people because they may not be able to afford to live in the Black Star, buy a house in the Black Star Pan African community. So are we obligated to basically say, okay, we're going to build this community here? If you want to be with us or not, forget. No one's going to tell a Ghanaian he can't be in there. I'm a dead set against that. Even when I talk about the African, any African person of Black African descent can say, I want to come to the African. I want to be part of this, and and nothing I
where's
can
the
say about it.
question?
No, I'm gonna say this, but you automatically presume that when someone say they're gonna build
Where is the
something nice and
question?
everything, no, I'm saying, do you automatically assume
Where's
that
the
that person?
question? You said
No,
you're gonna ask me the
let
question
me land.
twice. You ain't
Let me
answered the
land.
question yet.
You know, when somebody says they're gonna build something, build a community in Ghana, build something in Ghana, is that separating from the local people?
Well, no, it's not separating from local people because you say you're going to build a community because, and not all the Ghanaians, you know, that's in the community is going to be able to afford to live in the community that you're
So,
building.
now
But
you
some of
understand
them
what I'm
are.
talking about?
Everybody in
Is that
Ghana
is
is
that?
not destitute. Everybody in Ghana is not destitute. Some
So
Ghanaians have money.
why even bring that up? Why? So when you try to build a
Well,
community,
I
why
don't know
even
what
bring
you're
that up?
talking about. I don't know
No,
what
but
you're talking
but
about.
no, I'm saying you said a couple
That's
times, and I
coming out
think
of
you're
your
good.
mouth.
And navigate. I think you're a good brother, but you say things I think out of emotion. You say,
That's what
"Oh,
you
see, it
said. I
sounds like
said.
you're
That's
no,
what you
no,
said. I
no."
said.
You
I
said
don't know
that. You
what
said
context I.
basically
If I
that's
said it,
separatism.
I don't know what was the
That's
context.
separatism.
I'm not
That's
just
saying
going to
that.
take your word for nothing. You're always presumptuous and making up stuff and telling me I said something that I didn't say. So
Yeah,
you
well,
know
I'm
your
saying
credibility is
you're
weak on
saying
that one. I'm
hold on.
not
You're
going to
saying,
accept nothing that you said. I said, you know, some time ago.
but you said
You
it
know,
though.
I'm not going to accept that. No,
You said it
deal with
though,
what I
bro.
say
You
right
said it.
now.
Yo, you
Deal with
said it,
what I
man.
say right now. Ask
All
the
right, all right,
question
all
and
right.
accept my answer.
All right, okay, I'll ask the question. Now, with Brother Bomani has a Black Star Pan African community. As you know, we're getting some Negroes online to taking shots at us and whatnot. You know, some Negroes out there that do YouTube and everything. They're taking shots, saying that's you're separating from the community and all this stuff like that because
Yeah, I
they
mean,
can't, they can never fucking do what Bomani did over the years. So they're
yeah, I
taking
mean,
I
shots
don't
at the
agree
Pan.
with them. I
it's
don't
been
agree with them.
it's been a lot of haters, and I tell them, let me just talk for a second, family. I don't care if whoever agree with us or disagree with us building black community. I'm a black business entrepreneur in America, and my goal is to do business and get money across the black world. Whoever like it, I don't care. So building a community is an investment. You're building a hub. You're building business offices. You're building homes. You're building infrastructure in
Industrial
the city.
zones, business
You're building
parks.
an operation
We have all that in in the
where
imagination.
I
We're
can
gonna build
run.
these communities all
Oh, the
across
thing of it is,
Africa. When
hold
whoever
on,
gives a damn who don't like it.
let me finish, Carla. The thing of it is, it becomes a hub for where we have people moving back and forth. When things go down, that's like our embassy.
Our own airport. How about that?
Hold on for a second, brother. That's kind of like our embassy, our connection. You're an American national, and then you're going to Ghana. That's your beautiful ancestral land. But it's like when certain things happen for you, you have one option. You have the American embassy, which I'm sure they'll do the best they can do to get you what you need. I mean, they've helped people. They've helped friends of mine come back
I hope I
and get
never
them.
have to go there.
Brother, hold on for a second. They have friends of mine from that things went wrong for. They help them come back, get them a ticket, and get them a connection to a homeless shelter, and at least work that out for them. Now that's embarrassing and that's a bad way to come back. Those things happen, but the community that we build will be a hub for us as a people. It's a business enterprise, but it's also a place where we as a people, when things go wrong for you, what I'm saying, people like myself got your back. We have a community right there. We'll just reach out to you. You're not a Ghanaian and you're not a Nigerian, and you probably more than likely never be. So when things happen for a Ghanaian or a Nigerian, they have their communities set up there. Lebanese, Chinese, Indians, Turks, you name the group, the nationality, the people, they all have it. We as a people, we have our connections and network there in Ghana, but we don't have these things. And that's what I've seen over the 16 years. Let me just mute you for a few seconds, Carla. That's what I've seen over the 16 years traveling to countries like Ghana. So it's like, it's like I encourage people to build what they need before completely just being in a situation where they can't make it after a few years because things go wrong. And I'm asking people like, okay, you pay a rent for 2 years. Now you're in a country and you're not making what you need to make. You don't have certain income coming in, and you don't have certain connections set up, and you don't have certain investments in general. Now, how do you make it? So these are situations I explain to people. Some people are in a better situation. You're in a better situation to navigate freely. And I've had many people who have traveled with me, came there, and I've connected them to where now they live there and do business in the different countries, including Ghana. So that's what we're working on always, because I'm looking for a place to relocate, put my different business that I have set up and expand them to where I can have young brothers and sisters from the African diaspora, young brothers and sisters there locally in the country, and they take advantage of the training opportunity, because that's the only way we're going to educate a whole generation of young men and women to compete in the world, is train them at a young age at a high level. And people like myself, I came into a world where technology was growing, with computers and all those things was coming up, and I'm in that middle generation, and I've embraced it to where able to use it to make a living, do business and things like that. So now we're there in a country and you're running your headquarters operation. So now you're doing business investment, you're doing import export. You have your people in America that have bases of operation and business. It's kind of like it's basically telling people, if we're gonna do this, let's do it at a high level. Step it up like how China stepped it up, where they have the Chinese country and then they have Chinese people all over the entire planet enterprising, doing all kind of stuff, whether you agree or disagree with what they're doing. They're building a global empire from China and beyond. And that's what people like myself and other people are looking to put in place, and put it in place to where let people understand it doesn't matter if you want to do anything in Africa. It doesn't even matter. Stay in America, build a factory, build some distributions, and build some logistic operation, and build some seaports and things like that. And let's get busy. But we have someone navigate freely. I'm gonna let you just connect in a few, but let me just introduce DRP Blue Skies. Greetings, family. Welcome to the stream.
Greetings, family. How y'all doing, man?
Doing well. Let me know if what you'd like to share as you're on the call. And greetings, Kala. Welcome back to the stream, brother. Go ahead and share what you need. Share what you're looking to share.
Yeah, I was listening in, man, and this Kala guy, I'm trying to figure out like what's his premise. You understand? He sounds real negative. He sounds, divisive. He sounds like he's some type of agent or something. Putting words in people's mouths, and I'm just not getting what is his message. He's speaking real negative.
All right, Kala, the panel is open for you, man. Speak to the brother and address the brother, man.
First of all, if you understand who college Genesis is, right, and you jump to conclusions by one conversation, I'm just messing with man. Navigate freely. We go back and forth. Right? And then second of all, we don't know who you are. Everybody knows who I am. Everybody knows my position.
I'll tell you my name. My name Dawood Putman. That's who I am.
Well, that's good. That's good for you. But we don't know who you are. We don't know who you are. You can come from anywhere. Bomani knows who I am.
I know Bomani.
What?
I know Bomani.
No, nobody. But have you ever been featured on one of his shows?
No, I haven't.
Okay, I have.
I mean,
right? And the bottom line, the bottom line, the new energy on Bomani's show is because I'm on here giving stuff. If you listen, you just came out of nowhere. We've been doing shows for the last few months, and you just now know who this college Genesis is. Are you stupid or something?
You see right there.
Are you trying to play stupid? Are you trying, yo, nigga? You trying to play me or something?
Hey, for one thing, you wouldn't say
you'll tell me you don't know who I am.
I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say to nobody's face, partner. But I'm telling you
straight up. Wow, you gonna say it to my face, right?
That's cool. I'm not gonna disrespect, but it's cool though. That little language.
But the way you came at me like you came on here talking about I don't know who this college Genesis guy is. He sounds real negative, like agent shit. What kind of shit is that?
I didn't curse you out though.
Well, I'm not cursing either.
I guess you did.
I'm saying I didn't curse. Well, I apologize if I slipped and cursed. Well, you're pissing me off.
I don't hear none of that, man. You sound like you sound like a sucker already. You apologize. You sound like a sucker.
The bottom line, if my curse words offend you, hey, I apologize. I didn't mean to bring it like that. But hold on, but I'm saying this. I'm saying you came here and accusing me on some shit that you don't even know what's going on. You don't even know what the conversation is.
You're not even a leader. Leaders don't talk like you. What are you a leader of?
Oh really?
I ain't never heard a real leader talk like you. They don't joke.
Well, I'm a leader. I'm a leader of what I do. If you're not part of my organization, then I guess I'm not your leader.
Disrespectful. That's all I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not. Who came with the disrespect first?
You just disrespected me.
No, you can't. Your first thing out of your mouth was disrespect. How are you gonna talk to me like that?
Man, I don't want to hear nothing.
You came on here disrespectful.
You're a lame, man. You're a lame.
No. The bottom line is you used to these dumb. You used to these stupid Pan-Africans. You talk all kinds of shit. I'm not one of them.
What are you doing?
You know what I'm saying? Well, if you don't know what I'm doing, then fine. You go to my website. You go and see what I'm doing.
What website? What are you doing?
You know what I'm saying? You don't even know my website. You know? Don't even know. You get on here. Don't even know who I am. Don't even know what I do. Everything is running your mouth.
Yeah. So you didn't explain yourself. You just started cussing.
You came up here and attacking. You didn't introduce yourself to me. You came on this platform attacking me. You came on here and you listen to one conversation and you came here attacking me.
You the same person.
And I'm just me and my boy and Navigate just going back and forth. It's a friendly debate. And you come out here attacking me.
If you got listeners who are not in on the end conversation,
what you do is if you don't know, and you sit back and you be quiet and before I speak, let me understand what this guy's all about.
You ain't got nothing of validity for me to be quiet, dude. Because you ain't said nothing.
So you don't say good. You ain't really into this. Have you ever helped Bomani? You say you know Bomani. Have you ever helped Bomani with his movement? Have you ever contributed to the Bomani? Have you ever done anything? Have you gone on one of his tours?
I guarantee you right now, I own more land than you in Ghana than you do. I guarantee you. That's good for you. That's good for you. But what does that do for this movement? I'm not about nothing.
I didn't say that. I'm saying in this platform, you call on this platform and ask me what we're doing. Where's your platform? Where's your platform? You come here accusing somebody else of something.
Man, dude, I asked you why you were so negative, dude. You don't hear what
negative what? Give me an example. Give me an example.
Give you an example. I ain't finna go.
No, give me an example. Give me an example of negativity. Okay, I'm gonna mute my mic. I'm gonna mute my mic, right? Hold on. I'm gonna mute my mic, right? You're gonna tell me all the things I say negative. Everything. Man, not rambling. Tell me what I said negative.
When he upload the conversation, rewind and listen to it. I ain't finna go over that, man. I just asked the question.
You said I was doing something negative. I'm giving you a chance. Hold on, I'm giving you a chance to name all the things. I want you to. If you're intelligent, you point out all the things I say negative.
I ain't trying to have no intelligent dialogue with you, man, because you lame.
See the bottom line, CT. So you're calling here talking shit.
Man, talking what shit? I asked you why you so negative.
Okay, I asked you. Okay, you said I did something negative. You said I did negative. Point out all the stuff I said negative, and I'll shut up.
Man, I ain't finna sit up here and argue with no chump, man. Because the shit you saying right here on this online, you would not say it to my face.
Oh, you're a tough guy, right? Oh, you're a tough guy, right?
It ain't about me being tough.
Hey, you're a tough guy. You don't even have any bass in your voice. You don't have bass in your voice.
Nobody finish a statement. That's why
I asked you. I asked you. You said I was talking negative. Tell me what I was saying negative.
Man, listen. Rewind the conversation we uploaded on this channel.
I'm saying so. Rewind it. Me and him having a back and forth.
I'm done talking to you, bro.
I'm saying Navigate was breaking my balls a little bit. I broke his balls a little bit.
Man, fuck you, ain't
I'm saying, but you came here. Oh, this guy called Genesis. Like people don't know who the hell I am. Nobody knows who the fuck you are.
I don't know who you are. What do you do?
I'm saying, who cares who you are?
What camp? Man, get this dude out of here, man. This dude ain't serious, man. This one of these.
Yeah, you are.
Serious, dude. I'm very serious.
Serious about what?
You don't know nothing about me. You don't know what I'm doing.
Exactly. Man, I never heard of you.
You don't need. That's good.
I never heard of you.
Yeah, thank you. The guys in the shadows.
Well, all I know is building in Africa. You know, building in Ghana like Bomani is building in Ghana. I'm building in Ghana. He's building, and I guess Kala's organization is doing some African building as well. I don't go bragging about it. I don't need to brag about it. I don't need to give myself a feather on the hat.
I could
don't
be
see it
saying,
as
I got all these
separating.
projects going on
I
in
don't see
Liberia
it as
and South
separating
Africa. I don't need to
black
freaking
people in
brag
the
about it.
diaspora
Why don't you
from
let
the
the man
Africans.
talk?
I don't see that as a separation because who's doing all the building? The Africans are doing the building. If we come over here and we got the economic resources to build something, it's going to benefit not only us, but it's going to benefit the Native Africans, on the continent as well, because they're the ones that's going to be doing most of all of the building. They're the ones we're going to be paying them to build for us. That's what Bomani is doing. That's what I'm doing. I had three African brothers at my site today, working for me, and and some gonna be back tomorrow. I gotta cough up that money. I'm not doing the work. They're doing the work, and then we got vendors coming around here, selling goods. They selling drinks and bread and rice and eggs or whatever. They bring it to. I try to buy from all the vendors that the ladies that carry that stuff on their head and bring it out to our site. I try to buy from them, because that helps them feed their family. So the more of us that come over here and build, it's not a separation, it's a collaboration.
My point I'm trying to make is I'm having a dialogue with Navigate. It's friendly. I support what he's doing in Ghana, and he supports pretty much what I'm doing in Ghana. We go back and forth and everything like that. That's just the way I am. That's my stick. I am like that. I like breaking people's balls, and people give it to me too all the time. People basically bust my balls and everything. That's what we do on this platform. But to come over here and don't know what anything about who is this guy Collar and why is he so negative?
Man,
And I actually
your ego hurt because I didn't know who you was, dude.
all right, the bottom line, my ego. I don't really have to have an ego.
Man,
The bottom line, nothing. Hold up, nothing you say is gonna stop me from doing what I'm doing.
Dude, people that gonna know, some people are not gonna know who you are, dude. Like, so why you getting so ego?
Yeah, but hold on. This is what I'm saying, bro. This is what I'm saying. All you had to do was say Collar, right? You said this, said that, and I would have pointed out, okay, I was wrong about that. Or I think let me defend that point.
I asked you respect.
Hold on.
Why you so
You just said, you just said everything you said was negative, and I asked you 5 times. Explain to me what I said was negative, and I'll go back and forth.
On in the conversation, sir.
I asked you first. I said, what was I saying was negative?
Wait a second, man.
You said this guy's negative, and then you said this guy. Hold on. The oldest trick in the book. The oldest trick in the book is right. Yo, brother. The oldest trick in the book. You said this sounds like some agent shit. And you basically, look. Bottom line, don't you think? Let me ask you a question. Do you think I have better things to do with my time than be on social media talking like this and what? If I'm an agent, let me ask you a question. Let me see if you can understand this, right? If I'm an agent, right? What the hell? Who's paying? Look, who's paying me? You say you call me an agent, right?
Man,
who's paying me?
That term is thrown out all the time.
Yeah, but you call me that. You call me. I didn't call you that. You call me that.
When somebody
that's what I'm talking about. You know what I get is.
Well, wait a second. When they sound vindictive and fishy, you just say, "Hey, man, that dude sound like that's some agent talk."
Okay, all right. This is what I'm talking about. All right. Now, okay, blue skies. I'm gonna let it pass. So why? Because it's obvious you're new to social media. You used to do these type of platforms, right?
Yeah.
People, hold on. Let me say something. Hold on. Let me say something. Let me say something, brother. The bottom line is this, right? These days and times, right? These days and times.
You're not my brother. Don't call me no brother.
Okay, we're not brothers.
You ain't my brother.
Okay, all right. I'm trying to be brotherly, whatever. Like I'm trying to reach out.
All right,
You
call me
spit
a
my
brother
hand.
then.
Okay, all right. What I'm saying, check this out. If you basically say somebody's an agent, this, that, and the other thing, one is I think you're being disingenuous, or two, you're not on social media enough to understand that when you call somebody that, right, and you can't back it up, right, you lose any credibility you may have.
You into some more semantics.
There's semantics. Just tell the truth. If you call somebody, if you say something out of your mouth, you
ain't okay. What are you?
I don't
know what you do. Tell me what do you do?
All right then. So how can you basically call somebody agent? You don't know what they do.
I'm asking you right now.
There's people calling. There's people calling my brother Bomani an agent. There's people calling my brother Bomani a fake Pan-African. And this is what we're talking about. People just running them out on social media, running them out. Don't got no proof, no nothing. You got a Negro Peen up there talking about Bomani scamming. You know, all these loose words and whatnot. So when I check people, I'm coming for blood.
Man, I'm talking about you. I ain't talking about Bomani and Negro Pen. I'm talking about you.
Well, the bottom line, everybody throw these shits out there and whatnot. If I don't call, if I disagree with somebody, I disagree with them. I don't call them an agent
I disagree
because I don't understand what they're saying.
Hey, look, what do you do, man? I'm asking you. What do you do?
I'm a culture critic, geopolitical pundit. That's all I am.
Now, wait a second. You said you in Ghana doing work.
I'm not saying I'm in Ghana. I'm in different countries, Liberia, Angola. I got connections all over the country. I got people. I got members in like 20 countries on the ground doing their own individual projects and everything like that. All I am is a facilitator, right? All I am is a facilitator. I don't get directly involved in anything. Well, that's a complex of
all trades, you're a master of none.
Okay, so the bottom line, that's what I do. I run a social media network. People join, people link up together and whatnot. I give my yay and nay, or I give my blessings on it and whatnot, and they go and do it.
You do nothing. Exactly.
Okay. I do nothing. You know what I'm saying? According to you, I do nothing.
Yeah, you didn't tell
me.
Things
are going good. I got major people calling me. Major people calling me saying, I want to be plugged into your network. I want to be plugged into your thing. But I'm not doing nothing. Okay.
You're a fraud, man. Man, I can say Bomani doing something. He got
if I'm a fraud, let me ask you a question. Okay. You said the word fraud, right? You understand the definition of fraud? Fraud means I have something to gain. Tell me what I got to gain.
Semantics. Here we go with the semantics.
Oh no, because you run your mouth, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You said I was an agent, right? You can't prove that, right? And you said I'm a fraud, right? You tell me what did I gain from frauding people?
You motherfuckers like you, man. What's tangible?
I'm saying you tell me. Hold on. You tell me. What tangible do you have? What tangible do you have?
What tangibles do you have?
Yo, what tangible do you have? You know, you bought some land somewhere and whatnot. You took your $3,000 life savings and bought a couple acres of land. You know.
What land do you have?
You know what I'm saying? I don't have to tell you. I own a home here. I own my own here in Virginia, and whatnot, and I got access to land in like 5 different countries, and I have income of what countries?
What countries?
Don't worry about that. That's your business. You want to know? You go to my website.
Man, get out here,
if you want to know, go to my website. I'm not gonna say this shit on the air.
I ain't gonna say it on
I don't know who you are. I don't know who the hell you are.
If you
I'm saying, if you want to know about College Genesis and what I'm doing, you go to my website. Tell you everything what we're doing.
You got your information on the website.
And as I said, the bottom line, it's public. I don't have to hide nothing. I don't have to hide nothing. I don't have to hide anything. I don't have to hide. Oh, it's real secret, man. It's real secret, man. The CIA ain't thinking about your dusty niggas, man.
Man, get your man.
The CIA ain't thinking about your dusty niggas. I said what? A couple of dusty niggas over on the continent, man. Niggas ain't thinking about your ass. You know? I got like this, like the CIA is important. And what's like the CIA think you're so important and whatnot? Yeah, man. Yo, man. My name is whatever his name is. We got top agent such and on such and such, man. And he's about to buy some land, do some shit. But niggas ain't thinking about you, man.
This dude corny, man.
So let me ask you something. I guess you worried about COINTELPRO, right?
What are you talking about? You the one worried about some COINTEL. You won't even tell me what you
I guess the reason why you don't have a website is because you think COINTELPRO is gonna come after you, right?
Man, I don't need no website. I don't want a website. Like
what you know what I'm saying? So okay, yeah, you don't exist.
Yeah, whatever, man. Man, get this dude.
Can we go to your website and find out what you're doing?
I just told you.
Can I go to your website and find out what you're doing?
If you go to my website and find out what I'm doing, even though I don't have a website, what kind of dumbass question is that, man?
I'm saying, so you don't have a website.
You got a website.
So yeah, I got a website. And you want to know what I'm doing? You said you want to know about the projects I'm doing. You just go to my website and find out.
You run your mouth, and you won't run your mouth to a person's face. That's the point.
So I'll run right up into your face and tell you this shit. You know? I'll go right to your face and tell you this shit, right? I don't give a damn.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn. I'll say to you, whatever I say on here, I'll say right to your face. You know? I'm get up on here, just running them out. Bye. No one knows who the hell you are. They're gonna talk about what college I do.
I ain't gotta hide who I am. I already told you who I am.
You are hiding what you are because you don't have a website.
What is this dude? this dude
Bomani got a
wild,
website.
man.
Everything he does is online. You can find everything every trip he's done, or
Okay,
how you
so
do it is
look,
online.
see, apparently I'm on my phone right now, right? Stupid. So I'm asking you to tell me.
Okay,
What he is.
give us your website address. Put it in the back chat.
Man, this guy, man. This is why the Pan-African movement don't get respect, because of clowns like this, man. They get on here with this rhetoric and this nonsense, and they get on here playing fucking games. What kind of dude what kind of leader plays like this? Who gonna follow you? And
You say. So in other words, Bomani has the most extensive website in the Pan-African world. Are you telling his website stupid?
What the hell are you talking about? I'm talking about you. I ain't talking about him.
You're because you're scared of. Or you scared of Bomani and whatnot, because he's the host and whatnot. You don't want to disrespect him and whatnot, you know.
Here we go with the bull.
I'm saying you want to. I don't have. You don't need to. I will figure out. Bomani puts everything. Bomani puts his conference calls, everything on his website, because we gives no fuck.
Man, listen, man.
We're not cowards. We're not hiding.
You know, man, you just on here trying.
People see my face. I'm on this show. I show my face. People know where I live. If they know and have a problem, they can come see me.
Man, get out of there. Man, you the one. You started with me, bro. I ain't started with you.
You came on here talking shit. You said you gotta get this guy out of here because don't talk about you start. I started.
Man, I ain't finna get into this nonsense, man.
You came on here with the disrespect. You came on here with the disrespect.
Man, rewind the show and listen to it.
You came on here with this. I don't know who this guy Kyle is and whatnot, yo.
So what? So what, man? I don't know who you are.
So the bottom line. So you came on here disrespected. You came on here disrespected. Yo, you came on here disrespected. It's about wow, you don't know I respect nobody.
You just proved what I was saying was correct. Your feelings are hurt because you got a bigger you are and I ain't know who you were. I said, who is this colleague? Who are you? You supposed to step in and say, okay, this is who I am. Yada yada yada, and went down the list. That's how a normal person does it. They don't go into no tyrant cussing people out and shit.
I ain't cuss you out, bro.
Man, you did, dude. You start cussing at me, man.
I cursed. I said a curse word, but I ain't curse you out, bro. Curse you out saying MFGD, the goddamn. I didn't say that.
Get out of here, man.
I wouldn't disrespect my show like that.
Man, I ain't trying to hear what you got to say. You ain't got nothing to say. You ain't told me nothing about what.
All right, next topic. What do you want to know? The floor is yours.
Next topic. What do you want to know?
The floor is yours, man. We're wasting time. We're wasting time with this. We're wasting time with. I said, you want to know about me? You want to know about me? You go to my website. You go to my website. Then you can judge me by what you see on my website.
What's your website, asshole?
I'm saying, but give them the website. You know, I'll doubt if you can read.
All you gonna do is point me towards some books or something, man. Get out of here, dude. What's the website, bro? Tell me.
Okay, it was right there after this. Can you read?
I don't have no website. Not yet. Maybe one day I'll get one.
I just catch it on the screenshot. I can't read now. I got you. I'm out of here, man.
That's what happens when people come on here and they think you're just gonna punk and lay down and whatnot. I'm fucking ready for anybody talking this shit. You come here, you be respectful. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be up here with Bomani if I didn't know somebody wouldn't be fucking with me. Thousands of people call Bomani. He answers my call every time I call him. He don't ask. He tries to get back with people, but he makes sure my calls are answered. That's respect. I'm gonna let nobody come up here and freaking talk about what the fuck I'm not doing. Excuse my language. You know, Bomani knows I'm serious about this shit. You can buy a freaking acre land. I can go on right now and buy land in Angola. I can buy land in the Congo. It don't cost nothing to buy land in Africa. That ain't shit.
Well,
building a movement, convincing people.
Said it was free. They said free land here in Ghana, but it wasn't free.
No, but in Liberia, you don't have to do that. Liberia with $500, you can get like 2 acres, and if you go to country, you can get like 10 acres for $1,000 easily. No deed, no chief, no nothing like that. We don't have that custom law, whatever custodial law.
Well, land laws are different in country. Land laws.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So Liberia's land laws. like Liberia's land laws are like the United
with the
States.
structure on them in the USA. Once you get a structure on them, and you want to buy that house and that land, it costs plenty. And most people, most average people have to take out a mortgage loan, to get
Right.
their
Well,
home
in
in the USA.
Liberia, you could get the land for much of nothing, and you can build your house.
Yeah,
People
I
doing it
agree.
all the time.
I got a cousin that's in Liberia that's building right now.
I'm saying so. So the bottom line is, so any country is not easy. It's not hard to get land in Africa. It depends on where you go.
Well,
So
that's
that's
a good
nothing to
thing.
brag about.
That's
That's nothing to
something to
brag
brag
about.
about. That's a good thing.
I mean, it's a good thing,
Because
but it's not enough for
that
you to
means
come
people in the
here.
diaspora, if they want to have something, for themselves, some lush land, some of the best land in the world, they can come to
I agree with
Africa and
that.
they can obtain the
I
land.
agree with
They
that.
can
What I'm saying
develop
is,
this land.
what I'm saying is, listen to what I'm saying. Okay, get land in Africa, develop it and everything, but you also got to sustain something. Like what Monty's doing, you got to build a community. You got to build infrastructure. You got to build sustainability on that. It's not about just building land. And also, when
That's
you
what
go to these
development
countries,
means. That development
yeah,
means,
you got to be
building
development. We're talking about, if you look at the PA, what we're about, it's not just about building land. It's about being able to build infrastructure. That's what we
That's
call
what
ourselves the Black
development
African
means. It means
infrastructure.
building
All
infrastructure.
about.
Developing the land means building whatever you need, to utilize that land. That's what development means.
We're talking about commerce. We're talking about trade. We're talking about industry. We're talking about all these things that we want to transfer over to the African continent. That's the level.
And all of that takes
It's
time.
not easy.
Nobody can do
You gotta
that,
get people on a different
instantly unless
mindset and
you're a
understand.
rich person, then
We're
you
talking
can
about
build all of
you
that
gotta
stuff
convince those
instantly.
black people
That's what we're doing.
skills and
It
everything.
takes
Say, you know
time.
something?
I've
I got
only
a
been
buddy
here
in
building
America.
for 3
Go like
years.
this. My brother was like, he
I've
said,
only been in Ghana
South
for 3
Africa
years,
has better
and
infrastructure.
I haven't been building all 3 of those years. It took time for me to start before I broke
That's
ground.
what we're talking
You know,
about. We want to
in
get to
the
that level.
breaking ground, you
That's
got
how
to
you
get
get the
started,
African people to
first.
join you on the
Once
continent.
you build your, like Bomani said, you got to build your base of operations, headquarters. I had a base of operations in the USA already paid for, and now I got to rebuild my base of operations here on the motherland.
I got time. Why don't that? Why don't you call in? What is these people that sit here and run their mouth in the chat room and just like and run their mouth?
Well, I don't read chats when I'm on live. I don't read the chats. So I don't know what they're saying about me.
Run their mouth about, I said, Colin said this, Colin said that. Call in and talk to me about it. What you have, the problem you have, people with their attitudes and everything like that. That's why we can't progress. And when it really comes down to it, right? Bomani's been through thousands of people. I've been through thousands of people. People talk all they want. When it comes down to actually doing something, they're absent. They're AWOL. What's about my AWOL? Absent without official.
Well, you can buy land in 5 different countries, Colin. You can do it, but I guess you chose not to do it. So at least that's something you chose not to buy the land.
Colin, your mic is low.
He's just not saying anything. But
Colin, I got you muted. Your mic is low. If you can talk, repeat what you just said. If you could talk louder. All right. I navigate freely. Go ahead.
Well, I said, all of us that choose to buy land on the continent, you're not going to choose to buy land that you don't have any resources, to develop, even if you develop it slowly, and even slow progress is progress, and and in your project, Bomani, in Africa, it's primarily been being built by Africans. The Africans is out there toiling and getting paid, from you to do this work. Whether it's your contractors, or the government officials that you gotta, get licenses from and everything, because this is a different country. And
thank you for
we're putting money into the economy, by coming here and building. So that helps, it might not be that significant, to some people, but it's help. And the more people that does these things, come and invest, whatever they have in the continent, it's just going to help more. It's called, group economics. If enough people, decide to make this move and and to invest into the motherland, is going to be significant.
Absolutely, and brother, and hold there. Color Genesis, you're back on. Let me know if you can hear us.
I can hear you. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
Yeah, just go ahead and repeat what you said because it was very low and we couldn't hear you, so I had to mute you.
No, I was saying the fact that when it comes down to actually everybody's on the chat. If we had the energy of people in the chat, people getting involved, right? I created a social media website, right? The BAO website. Every aspect of nation building is in that group. We create groups to incubate that we want to one day form into institutions that we can spread throughout the world. Land development, STEM, finance, education, all these things are transportation, all these things that require nation building, stuff like that, civil engineering, all this stuff like that we have membership of will not dwindle away because we don't get enough people coming in and say, something, you guys got the perfect platform, let's build upon this, And instead, people get online, they run their mouth, they don't contribute to anything, because I've never taken a dime from anybody, because I know Negroes ain't worth it, They ain't worth anything, because I don't take their money. I take the money, because I took their money. Oh, you ain't taking our money. So I don't take, I did all this money, spent tens of thousands of dollars on these websites and everything I'm doing, and I've never gotten a return on it. All I ask is people be respectful and listen to what I have to say. That's all I ask for in the world. I'm not asking for anybody's money. All I'm saying is join our social network with each other, build, and people are doing that, But I'm saying is people who don't do that, all they do is sit around in the chat room. They don't join us. They don't. We put it out there that we're going on tours. They're not interested in going on tours, even though it's the lowest price you're gonna ever get. They don't buy tours. Let me see what you're doing. They don't even bother clicking the website. They probably don't even like the video when we put the videos up. They don't even help us out the algorithm. They do nothing to help out. They don't super chat Bomani. He's taking his time out of his business right now, doing the show and everything. They sit in the chat room and being negative. They don't contribute. And they want all the, what are you doing? What are you doing? That's the stuff that angers me. And they want to sit here and judge. Sit here and judge. Sit here and judge what Kyle's not doing. I put my life into this, man. I could be doing something else all these years, but I believe in this. If you can't tell, and you sit there and say people give their money to Tariq, don't give a shit about you. Lie about a museum, do all stuff. You give your money to Tariq. You won't support none of these people who are making moves and building. How we can get, because you don't believe in this shit.
Well, that's a big word. When you say nation building, that's pretty significant, because because people are gonna be skeptical, about people that say building a nation that have never built the nation.
Let me say something, brother, before you continue. Tonight, I'm gonna explain what I mean.
You're always cutting people off. Why you do that?
Hold on, why you go on?
You gonna have something to say when I start talking again. You're gonna cut me off again.
I gotta get off in a couple of minutes, right? I gotta get off in a couple of minutes, right? So I'm gonna say this, right? Nation building, right, does not necessarily mean going to a nation and everything. Nation building is about building the people first. You gotta become a people first before you start building an actual nation state. They don't say when you have the nation manifest and stuff, the nation will say, like the United States, America became a nation. They started seeing themselves as Americans, not British subjects. And so the next step was war, declaring their independence. Again, say this is our territory. This is where we're going to practice our nation. This is where we're going to have a constitution, the laws, everything. We're going to separate ourselves from the British crown. You start thinking of yourself as separate people. Same thing going on in Barcelona, Spain right now. The people of Barcelona said, we had enough of the Spanish crown. The Spanish Empire.
Well, I don't see the diaspora as coming together, becoming a one nation. I see the diaspora as spreading, throughout different countries on the motherland, incorporating themselves into that country. Like I'm trying to become a Ghanaian. I tell the Ghanaians, that I speak to, I say, I'm training to be a Ghanaian. That's what I tell them. I didn't tell them I came over here, to build a nation for diasporans. I don't tell them that. Or a place where I can consolidate the people, the diaspora can come here and learn how to become a homogeneous people, so we can build our own nation. That sounds kind of far-fetched to me, but I can see, the people in the diaspora coming to the continent and becoming, you know, Nigerians, you know, Nigerians, and becoming Ghanaians, becoming all over the continent.
Well, how
You know,
you
they
going to become a
incorporate
Ghanaian
themselves
at
within a nation,
how are you going to become a
and
Ghanaian
become a stronger nation.
at age 65? How are you going to become a Ghanaian at 65?
Well, because I'll learn to speak the language, I'll live among Ghanaians, and you know, and I'll
You're
incorporate in
never
my
gonna
life some of their ways and their
hold up,
customs,
you're
you
never
know,
gonna
and
be a
then
Ghanaian. You're never gonna be a
well,
Ghanaian.
I'm still gonna be who I am, but I'm training. That's why I say I'm training. Maybe my training will never end before I die, but I'm gonna train.
Okay, let me ask you a
You
question.
know,
Let me ask you a question, right? Bomani, basically, the people who the Black Star are Pan-Africans. We're African nationalists, Pan-African. That's the culture. That's our ideology. That's our belief. We understand that fact that we're in these foreign countries, but our belief is Pan-African. And he's saying, let's build communities based on like-minded people, like circumstances. People like Kwesi Boy was saying, people who have similar background and everything. You're still in Africa. You're still among Black people, you know? You could do both. You could basically also learn the local culture, but keep who you are. You know, same way they come to America, right? They're never gonna become African American. They'll say, I'm a Liberian, I'm a Senegalese, I'm like that. You know, I'm not gonna be part. I'm part of the Black community, but I still got my roots and culture and way I'm doing things in my household and everything. Over time, you could become through marriage, right, and through relationship, through business partnership. You could blend in and merge the two societies. But you just can't come and just say, I'm gonna become a Ghanaian overnight. It doesn't work like that. You gotta
no, I
come
don't.
bring.
I agree with everything you just said,
You know
and
what I'm
I
saying?
didn't say that
So,
either.
but what I'm saying is, you say stuff like that sometime, right? That's why
I
you
didn't say that. You didn't hear me.
no,
I
you
said
just
I'm
said basically,
training.
I'm
What
trying
the
to.
word means
You're
training.
65.
The word
You're not.
training means over time. That's what the word
Yeah, but you
training
don't
means.
have much time left, bro.
Well, that's right. That's why I said I may never finish my training. You
Okay,
know, but
why don't you just build your life, right, and make it the
why
best
don't you
way
just
you can
live
do it?
your life and let me live mine?
You know what
I'm
I'm
training to
saying?
be a Ghanaian. That's what I want to do.
Yeah. Okay. So what you're saying is the Black Star Pan African community is a waste of time.
I didn't say that. That's what you said. Don't put words in my mouth.
So do you think that's a good idea of having a Pan African community?
Well, Pan-African community means, you know, all of us coming together. You got to be Pan-African, you know, even to decide to come over to Africa. Let me finish
And this is
talking. Good grief. You asked me a question. Let me answer it.
all right.
You got to have a Pan-African mind to even come to the continent, you know, to even want to start building in the first place. And when you
Right.
come to Africa, like me and Bomani and whoever comes, you know, you don't just automatically lose who you are and what you have in your history. You're going to be who you are, but you can move forward, you know, within that nation that you're already in, you know, which is the Ghanaian nation for me. So I'm trying to move closer to being, you know, like being a regular Ghanaian. You know, hopefully, you know, one day I get my legal citizenship, and you know, I understand enough of the culture, you know, that I can function normal without, you know, any eyebrows coming up, you know, looking at me like I'm an old Bruni, you know. But over time, since I'm 65 years old, my training may never, you know, finish. I might die before I complete my training, you know. But the more people that comes over here, you know, if they come over younger and they have children, you know, that their children, you know, will understand, you know, where their parents came from. You know, they're Pan-African diasporans, and they may be born right here on the continent, and then they would be even more, you know, Ghanaian or whatever country they decide to be. You know, it's attrition over time. Attrition, you know, will incorporate, you know, us, you know, back into the continent where we came from. You know, ain't nobody saying, you know, it's going to be an instant thing. And, you know, and I'm not saying that Pan-Africanism means that we got to get everybody from the diaspora, you know, and bring all the diasporans, you know, together to form a separate nation someplace.
Can I go? Can I speak now? Can I speak now?
Sure.
Speak now? Okay. Now, I believe that in building those of us in the diaspora one a nation, right? Let me give you an example, right? Right now, the country of Ghana is mourning the Queen of England, right? Right? Ghana's you said you wanted to be a full-fledged Ghanaian. Ghana is a member of the British Commonwealth.
I haven't seen no official mourning of the Queen.
Hold up. Ghana
You're
is
being
a member
presumptuous
of the,
again.
hold up. Ghana is a member of the Commonwealth, right? Is
The
that
USA
true?
is too.
No. USA is not a member of the British Commonwealth.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Show
Yes,
me
it
the
is.
law.
It started in 1871.
The British, the U.S. dollar subsidized the pound. It's not any part of any British. What we call it? What are you talking about?
Dobby. Wrong. The U.S. The U.S. dollars. The pound subsidized the U.S. dollar. The pound
Lord.
is
Lord.
today. The pound is worth more than the dollar is today.
Reserve in the world, bro.
The money hub is in London. The World Financial Hub is in London.
You know more than this.
The World Financial Hub is in London.
The Queen of England, right? There. Let me give you an example. Is any U.S. institutions like the football, soccer, and everything like that, the Commonwealth Games, the British Commonwealth of Nations, and whatnot? Did the U.S. attend those things? Go look up the U.S. the British Commonwealth of Nations. All the nations around the world: South Africa, Botswana, Zimbabwe, all these countries, Ghana, Nigeria.
I understand what
Malaysia,
you're saying,
but
what you don't understand is what you don't understand is you don't understand the secret societies in the world.
Hold on.
You don't understand that
conspiracies. I don't want to hear about your
you don't understand. You don't understand that
I don't want to hear about your conspiracies. The bottom line is this.
You don't understand what's going on.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you. You won't let me talk. You said me. I interrupted you. You interrupted me. Okay. The Ghanaians.
You're gonna keep going on and on though. You ain't gonna shut up.
Hold up. The educational system of Ghana come from where? They come from the UK. Ghana is basically when they gave them independence, right? Like we say,
the educational system in the USA come from where?
When the British,
the language in the USA come from where? The legal system in the USA come from where?
Ghana is is really the Gold Coast. Nigeria is still a protectorate of the British Empire. They're not real sovereign states, as you think they are.
In the USA is ran by just as many British as Australia is ran by.
France and
these same Europeans run the USA.
And the UK basically monetizes Ghana's cocoa. The British Ghana's gold is sitting in the vaults of London.
Yes, because London is the financial hub, not the USA.
So therefore, you're not becoming a Ghanaian. You're becoming a black British subject. That's what you are.
Well, that's your opinion.
Ghana is not an African. We want
that's
African.
Your opinion.
We mean.
I'm talking about traditional culture. I'm studying traditional culture, Ghanaian African culture. I'm not. I already know all I need to know about maritime law. I already know all I need to know about Western education and Western law.
You said you want to become a citizen.
I don't need to train for that. I don't need to train for that.
I know, but
I do need to train for customary African customary customs. I got to train for that one, but I don't know those.
You said you want
to be a citizen of Ghana. That's right. I'm training to be a Ghanaian. That's what I said. I said I'm training to be a Ghanaian. That's what I said.
From the United States to a British subject.
I'm training to be a Ghanaian. I'm not going to be a British subject. I don't even claim British subject. When I'm in the USA,
it doesn't matter what you claim, man.
Well, it does matter what I claim.
Because Ghana's part of the UK, man. What are you talking about?
It does matter what I claim. It does matter what's in my head.
3 years ago, Ghana almost gave up its sovereignty.
I'm sorry if you're comfortable being a Negro pen. You sound just like a Negro pen. Trying to tell me I'm just as much of a Negro pen as you are. You're the one that's happy being a Negro pen. I'm not trying. I'm trying to throw off the Negro pen jacket.
No, basically, we're saying
you're just trying to embrace being a Negro pen.
We're saying that these Commonwealth countries.
Are you trying to embrace being a Negro pen?
We don't accept that. I don't.
You don't accept that. Because you want everybody to be just as Negro pen as you are.
If you're part of the British Commonwealth and you're part of the French Union, I want nothing to do with it.
I'm just as much a part of the British Commonwealth in the USA as I am here.
Oh yeah,
but that's not becoming a Ghanaian. In order to become a Ghanaian, I have to learn customary African culture. What part of that don't you understand?
Okay.
You don't understand that part. I already know all I need to know about Western education and Western law. I don't need to train for that. I've mastered that already. I've been on the plantation longer than you've been alive.
If you believe that, then you don't need to.
That's what I know. That's the facts. Those are the facts.
Hold on. That means you don't need to be a citizen then.
That don't mean I don't need to be a citizen. That means I need to be a Ghanaian. I need to be a Ghanaian.
Means you're part of
I don't have to be a legal citizen to be a Ghanaian.
A legal citizen. The reason why they don't give citizenship out to you freely, you don't even know that, right? Is because they got.
Well, that's not true. That people do get citizenship.
They got checking with their masters in the UK and say we're going to bring a certain amount of Negroes to be citizens. That means you got access to the British crown.
Well, I don't have to have legal citizenship to be a Ghanaian. How many times I got to say that?
You wanted citizenship 5 minutes ago.
I say I may get my citizenship one day, but I'm training to be a Ghanaian. That's what I said. You the one that twisted it like that. You the one that decided to twist it like that because you like to twist everything. You know, you don't listen to what nobody's saying. I'm training to be a Ghanaian. I already know about Western culture, Western law, Western education. You know, I already know about that. I don't need to train for that one. But I do have to train for Ghanaian cultural.
I got a homework assignment for you. I got a homework assignment for you, bro. Go Google.
I ain't doing no homework assignment from you.
Google all the Commonwealth, the British Commonwealth nations.
I already know what the British Commonwealth is. I don't have to Google something I already know.
President there, you're gonna see your president there buck dancing at the Queen's funeral.
Ghana is not a superpower. Ghana is not a superpower. Ghana is not a superpower. Ghana was invaded by the British. That's right. What do you expect? What do you expect the president to do? Do you expect president to go against a superpower and wind up dead, just like the president of Tanzania? Now, some of these African presidents are smart enough not to buck the system, because if you can't protect what is yours, it's not yours.
Only trying to buck the system, I want to destroy it. How about that?
Well, we want to destroy it too, but you can't destroy it if you destroy yourself and your people. You got to protect. If you're a leader, you got to protect your people. You know, it's just like when we was in chattel slavery. When you need to cross a river of despair, you need a boat.
If you're saying the Ghanaians got a buck dance for the thing, you might as well stay in the United States, man. Same situation.
Like what I just told you, there's more freedoms here in Ghana.
Yeah, well, so
that's what I came here. You know, I understand what I'm doing. You know, when I come to Ghana, you know, right now it's more. I think it's more dangerous in the USA than it is in Ghana. But that's one of the reasons why I didn't want to come to Africa. Because I said, if I go to Africa to one of them little old small countries, you know, the USA might get pissed off and just drop bombs from 30,000 feet. And what can they do? And what can I do? Nothing.
Bros, I gotta go. Whatnot, but we'll catch up to that. I'm gonna explain to these people what a nation is and whatnot, and what it is not. Okay, I'm gonna educate people tonight on what a nation is.
Well, I heard what you said. You know, you said
it's perfect, Carla. So you just send me the message and I will communicate.
I'll say to you about like 9 o'clock. I'll say about 9 o'clock.
You take care. Right, so navigate freely. That's our closeout, and then we're done for the day. And I'll be reconnecting with your family on another live later.
Well, I want to apologize, Bomani, you know, for you know all that shouting and going on. You know, I don't like the dialogue like that. You know, but Kala leaves nobody any choice. You know, he's got to communicate like that. He can't, you know, have a civil dialogue. You know, and just listen to each other. You know, and communicate. You know, on that level. You know, so I want to apologize. You know, because I had to communicate with him on his level.
Hey, brother. Hey, no all's bars. All good. You know, speak your mind, talk about it, and at the end of the day, just explain to people what you're doing to uplift Black people and what we're doing to empower.
Yeah, but I don't use profanity. I hope you notice I don't use profanity. Hey. You know, my vocabulary is extensive enough that I don't have to go there. I don't have to use third grade language.
Yeah, this is a show for grown folks, so hopefully no children around to hear some of the nasty things that people were saying, and this one or another one and things like that. But speak freely, speak your mind. So appreciate your energy.
Okay, well, thank you again, Bomani, and you have a good night, a good evening. You know, it's almost 10 o'clock here, so I'll talk to you at another time.
Absolutely, and you take care of yourself.
Great.
All right, so family, we are closed, and the journey continues. So we'll connect with you another journey of a lifetime with Bomani, as we just go through a whole bunch of connections and interactions in Africa and the African diaspora as we look to this, figure it out and make this thing work, even in our differences. All right, family, take care. Good night.